Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me.
Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the Xbox Night Quest. I am CMoney, and I might be joined by some people. We'll see what happens, but right now I'm rocking solo dolo. So, guys, thank you so much for coming through and rocking out with us. Oh, look at who decides to come at a time that's not the proper time. It is Broke Boy in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro.
Sorry, old girlfriend called me.
What'd you say?
I said an old girlfriend called me.
An old girlfriend called. Do you tell her that you're doing big business over here? That you're busy?
I did. Just that's why I just got off.
God damn it. Well, appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming through. How's everything going? Going well?
Oh yeah, just making fun of people, watching people make fun of me, and all that nice stuff.
As they do. They do.
And just notice how they're all changing words now because Xbox didn't close any studios. They lost, they dropped, anything but closed.
So wait, what do you? They didn't close any studios. What are you talking
about? Right. Like I said, they didn't close. So I'm saying, like, kind of funny. Yesterday said PlayStation dropped 4 studios, or some PS bad boy saying, "Well, how many studios has Xbox, or how many studios has Xbox lost this year?" Not saying closed. They're using every other word.
Gotcha. Well, listen, appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for coming through. And yeah, I mean, if you don't know, guys, this is kind of a lot of news that dropped. So we are now officially in the place where we have all the answers, all the speculation can be put to rest. We now know the real. And I gotta tell you, this actually played out in Xbox's favor, I would say. Like all the doom and gloom that took place before, all like the high level of death and destruction that was promised for Xbox, turns out didn't really take place. I gotta be honest with you. I mean, listen, people got fired for sure, but all the craziness did not take place the way that it was promised. So yeah, this is I mean, definitely a lot happened, and there's a lot of things to read and talk about and give our thoughts on for sure. So we're gonna do all of that tonight. But before we do any of that, real quick, as you could see, you could probably tell that I have the camera over here right now. And I want you guys to let me know, is it the worst thing in the world? Like, I'll be able to kind of look over here and talk straight into the camera. But I don't have it normally. I have it normally right in front of me. And that's like normally this thing that's like literally sitting in front of my screen. And I was just doing a recording for some gameplay. Oh, outward. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get that to you, bro. Sorry, man. You know what? I remember I saw it as I was kind of rushing through, and then I completely freaking forgot. My bad, bro. I got you, homie. I meant to send it. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oops. All right. There you go. Yeah, so let me know if the is the camera horrible if I do this? Because I was doing some gameplay. I'm putting up a video for the Doom DLC, and it's just so much easier to not have the camera right in front of me. So let me know what you guys think, whether or not I'm gonna do a little quick poll. That's all I'll do. Let me do a quick poll just to see if this is the worst.
So you really are smaller. You just have to have a zoomed in camera lens.
You're crazy. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. Ain't nobody said anything like that at all. God damn, I got a camera. All right, hold on. I just want to just see new camera angle. Bad. Fine. All right. Put the poll up just to see what you guys think. Is it the worst situation ever known to mankind to have the camera off on the angle a little bit, where you'll probably see me talking like this a good amount of time, and then every once in a while I'll do this, or is it should I just put it back and deal with this thing in my way as I'm looking at the monitor? But while you guys vote on that, let me get this. Of course, listen, man, shout out to everybody who's live in the building. Appreciate y'all. Of course, this is going to be a big show, so we have lots to cover, lots to talk about, so we do want to kind of get to it. But as we do here, we got to shout out our homies who are live in the building, number one. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. We also want to go ahead and shout out everybody who supports us over on Patreon and on YouTube. You guys are awesome, and we really, really do appreciate the support. Remember, every show has a members only block at the end of the show, where we take one of the topics, and that's what we're going to cover. We'll cover a topic separately just for the members. So everybody who is a member, we do appreciate you guys, and that's our way of showing the love by giving you something special every show. That's a dope t-shirt, Broke Boy. Of course, on top of all that, we do want to shout out everybody who supports us at the elite level, and that's going to be our homie Dark Angelic, Queen Witch, Broke Boy, and we have our inner circle members, the homie Pragmatic Eagle, Hargy Chani, and Marvelous Marvin. Of course, we have our June champs who are here now. May's over or June's over, so we get to see who is the champion there. Number one, most top threes was our boy Malcolm Xlax. Most first super chats came from Mac22 TH54. Biggest super chat came from Gotham Guy. Most biggest super chats came from Mac22 TH54. Top three most gifted subs came from our homie Pragmatic Eagle, Spartan661, and Ryuart. And then the most subs gifted at once came from the homie Pragmatic Eagle. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the support. You guys are awesome. That being said, let's go here. And of course, man, as much as we appreciate everybody who supports us at these levels, you guys are awesome. Of course, you know how we do here. You guys live in the building right now are supporting us in such a major way, man. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us tonight. You know how special you all are to us, and we appreciate you all because you are all special. The good type of special, right? The real type of specialness that everybody wants to be. That being said, there are levels to this, as our boy Doc Dark would tell you. And unfortunately, not everyone can be the same special, right? It wouldn't be special if everybody was the same special, right? So you guys are all special because you're all better than everybody else on the internet. But amongst you, there are three. That's right. There are three of you who are the specials of the evening. And the question is, how did you become those specials? I could tell you the answer. It's very, very simple. See, we went live. We put on that on point bat signal, and three of you said, holy smokes, I need to be there immediately. And immediately you were. So the question remains, who are these specials?
Who?
Number 3. See that dramatic pause? You were thinking that the answer would come, but you didn't realize that I was going to do it right now. Riley Killer. Riley Killer. Shout out to you, man. Riley Killer is number 3 in the building. Shout out to you, man. You don't know who Riley Killer is? I'll tell you. He is 1/4 of On Point Nerd Nights, Anime After Dark, cast and crew. That's right. He is a member of the team. He will be going live tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with the rest of the gang, Stevie Ray, Amber, and Mad Dot. The 4 of them will be live. Don't miss that show. It's a fun show. Every single time I watch it, I'm like, all right, this is dope. I don't even really care for anime like that, like a lot. And I always watch the shows. They're just so fun together. You know, it's definitely a good time. So shout out to Riley Killer, number 3 in the building. Actually, I should probably write this down. I feel like I should. I mean, it's pretty clear that's the answer. I've switched over to pencil because all of my pens have abandoned me, and I don't feel like, you know, having to try to figure it out. So here we are. So we got Riley Killer in the building. All right, number 2 in the building is our boy.
Ooh.
E-Ranks. Shout out to E-Ranks, man. He is not messing around. Number 2 in the building. You're the man. You done did it. Shout out to you, bro. E-Ranks. Awesome sauce. All right. Well, listen, both of you are awesome. You're number 2, number 3. You are, you know, 2 of the 3 specials, but this is the thing. You're not the special. You are not the best bots of the night because that spot is reserved for the one and only best bot of the night.
Ooh.
Number 1 in the building. He's not he's not a light devil. No. He is Dark Angelic. That is right. It's our boy, Dark Angelic, in the building. Shout out to the homie, Dark Angelic. You done did it, brother. You're number 1 in the building. I'm putting your name down as number 1 because you made it. You did it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, your lovely wife, Queen Witch. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support. Now, let me go ahead and update this banner before I mess around and forget to do so. La 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 la. All right.
I'm like you, CMoney. I'm like you, CMoney. I've got 3 monitors here. I've got one here, here, and here, and my camera's on the left one. So a lot of times I'm looking left, right, looking at other monitors.
Yeah, I mean, it's just honestly, it's really refreshing to not have it in front of my eyes. Now, did that poll ever go up, by the way?
I did not see it. Were you doing the voting one in the StreamYard thingy with the numbers, or were you doing an actual poll on YouTube?
No, I was doing the actual poll, and that backfired. It never went live. That's great. So this whole time I'm over here thinking I'm going to look and get some feedback. Okay, so good to know. Let me I'm going to update this, do that, save that. Maybe that was the reason. Maybe I should just use this one. All right, I'm just going to use this one because it's here. New camera angle.
New camera, who dis?
New camera, who this? Bad. Fine. Nice and simple. I'm not looking for anything crazy. All right. Start and show. There we go. There it is. Start and show. All right. Type 1 in the chat if you think the new camera angle is bad. Type 2 in the chat if you think it's fine. I'm not saying you need to be like, yo, this is the greatest thing ever. Just like, hey, it's not the worst. You have to type 1 if it's bad, 2 if it's fine. All right. Just let me know.
So you're reversing it. 1 should be good, 2 should be bad.
Well, I want to see if you start with the positive. People remember the last thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? So if I say fine or bad,
I remember the first. I remember.
You can't remember the first. You remember the last thing, not the first thing. Okay. If I did,
I remember the first a lot of things. Some things I can't talk about.
Oh well, that's a problem. we do have another guest in the building. It's our boy, our lyric. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for coming through. How are you, my friend? Sorry, I forgot to send it to you beforehand. Are you there?
Doing good, man. You know, I'm chilling. I can't complain. Yeah. My fault.
He didn't forget. He said, "I'm going to make a mask."
Nice.
He didn't forget. He said, "I'm going to make a mask."
No, it wasn't like that.
I did not.
My stuff's lagging a little bit, so I might have to like reset it, leave, come back in, stuff like that. So my fault.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't believe this. After everything, just playing. You're good. No worries, bro. All right. Let's as we wait, I do see in the chat people are doing now. E-ranks, I don't know, crack does kill, right? It's 1 or 2, not 3. There is no third option. Okay. So also user for games, there's no zeros. Okay. There's 1 or 2. This is not hard. What is happening here? All right, let's get everybody onto the same page where we all have an understanding. It's 1 or 2. Shout out to the homie Broke Boy, first super chat of the night. Let me know that this is not a sticker. Well, appreciate you. I have you down as not a sticker for that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Here we go. Bam. Do this. Bam. All right. All right. Well, it looks like so far that it's not an issue. I'll leave it up for longer just in case some people start hating it, but it seems going to be fine. Who else we have in the building before we get started? Because again, we have lots to talk about. I do see the homie Mick Kumar in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for coming through. Look at Riley Killer saying Mr. On Time for Gamers. That's right. I was on time. I said I would be, and I was. Haha, if you doubted me. All right. Cage, the Cunning Linguist. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, homie. Appreciate you. I see Malcolm Xlax in the building. What's going on, my dude? He says he's still at work, but he'll be listening. That's what's betraying him. That's what made it so that he couldn't be here and be number 1 to lock down his title. Outward, what's going on, man? You're back. Are we good now?
Yeah, I think I should be good. Can y'all hear me? Crystal clear and stuff like that.
I hear you good, man. You are in like Flynn, bro.
Okay, cool. Just in case, you guys have missed it. I've been chilling. I can't complain. I'm excited to talk about this, honestly.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely lots to talk about. Very important stuff is taking place, and we're definitely going to.
I do have a quick public service announcement.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Black Ops 6. They moved it out of that. They moved it out of the COD HQ today or yesterday, one of the two.
Did they?
So now, yep. So now, if you actually download the actual Black Ops 6 and launch the game, it clicks all the achievements that you got when it was part of COD headquarters.
Oh, that's dope. I'll take a doubling up.
And it doesn't remove them from the other one either. So I had to check that too.
That's dope. Me likey. Yeah, I got to check that out. I do see the homie OG maybe in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. We got the homie Ryuart Gaming. Ryuart, our boy. What's up, man? Thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yo, I think my mouse is retiring. The scroll wheel is being an ass bitch. And me no likey. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like it wants to die. Yeah, it might be time. And I have the Xbox, or not the Xbox, but oh shit, forgot the camera's over here now. I'm rocking the.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that short.
What's the name of this?
Y'all uploaded
8-bit dough. Oh yeah, I didn't put the short up.
They make some really nice stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, actually, I have the. Well, I mean, theoretically, because this is the first time I had a mouse that the wheel is already being a bitch. I mean, it's working, but it just wasn't right now. I feel like it got intimidated when I started talking to it. You know what I'm saying? Putting it on camera and stuff. But like, I didn't even open it up yet. But like, I got I went all in. They just came out with the. God damn.
Oh yeah, that little keyboard thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the full keyboard. but it doesn't have numbers. And I don't know what monster uses a keyboard without a number pad. You know, I use it for work, so I'm over here doing numbers and stuff. And it's like I had to go. I bought a cheap knockoff one because I was waiting for this to come out. Oh, there you go. Nice. Oh, you are the monster. Well, you must
That's
not
a
use
nice
it
keyboard, Brokeback. I'm not gonna lie, that's a nice keyboard.
Yeah. It's
that's the Lord of the Rings Sauron edition.
Oh, that's
all the keys are in language of Mordor.
Yeah, that would be a problem. I used to be. Fun fact.
Oh, it still
I
is.
used to be a huge keyboard collector. I used to have I'm not used to. I have them somewhere, but they're like buried somewhere. But I used to buy so many I used to love different keyboards. Oh my god, one of my favorite keyboards. Razer makes a lot of them actually, or made a lot. Was it them? I think so. One of my favorites. I had this huge, or I have it somewhere back there. A huge Tron keyboard. It's big, bulky. The letters are gigantic. Like to type on is crazy, and you can attach the number pad to either side magnetically. So you just attach it, and there's just every time you turn on this huge blue light that just turns on. It's so dope.
Oh, like
it's
the race cycles.
Yes,
that
and it would light up the
fire.
whole thing. Is really, really cool. I have one from a Knights of the Old Republic back in the day where they had like an attached trackpad. It was really, really cool. I used to spend money on such stupid shit. So many keyboards. Can't plug in more than one.
I mean,
but I would do
it. You know what they say, young and dumb. So I mean,
the money. Oh my god. So much of it just for no reason. Oh man. Well, where was I? Who was I talking about here? I said Ryuar, OG maybe. We got a lot. Look, as soon as I started doing it again, the mouse is acting up. We're gonna have a problem, mouse.
I did share this controller, didn't I see mine?
You showed us, yeah, that looks dope. Really cool. That's the one that lights up, right? You showed us?
Yep.
I see the homie Lauren in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, homie. Of course, we got RC Polygon in the building, as always. He says, as always, the game's media overblown the situation while running defense for Sony, with Asha saying that all style studios are not a fit for Xbox. I wonder how that will future. I don't know. I wonder how that will future acquisition. How that will affect future acquisitions, maybe. That was a great point.
That's what it seemed like he was trying to say.
Yeah, we're gonna go through the whole thing. As you know, what we do here is we'll put up the screen. We'll read it together so we can all see the actual words and not just the breakouts that everybody wants to take and put their little spin on it to make it sound how they want to sound. But yeah, we're definitely going to talk about it. And honestly, this was the most refreshing email, because what it's clear is that she is not mincing words. She's not trying to make things sound better than they are. She's just being upfront. She might actually be doing the opposite and trying to make things sound worse than they are. I don't know. But it's definitely wild with Asha. She's not messing around. She's just kind of saying what it is and just calling it a day. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the world is okay with because I'm gonna get it off the screen. That the world is okay with my camera. Okay, I think everybody survived. We'll get it out of here. That's donezo. Also, we haven't talked about it in a while, but there's our link for our Discord. I forgot that this is even here, man. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, definitely go and check it out. Most of the homies that you see in our chats are over there. Just talking all the latest. Like, I gotta be honest with you, RC Polygon and a few others are really, really good with updating everybody on the news. If you're one who doesn't, like, if you're at work a lot, maybe you can't check your phone often, or you can't get into Twitter and get into a doom scroll, but you do like the idea of just having the news brought to you, not like it's his official job or anything, or or it's a request or whatever, but just kind of calling a spade. Like RC Polygon and quite a few other guys, they just boom. Whenever news drops, anything remotely in the spectrum of what we cover or talk about here on the show, they're updating Discord almost immediately. I have learned a lot of things through RC Polygon and some of the other guys who post in our Discord, because I get that notification when it pops every time. So shout out to our Discord. They're awesome. And if you haven't, go ahead and join it, man. Links right there. Come through, hang out with the homies. All right, I see Gentle Stone in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. User for Games in the building. What's going on, man? Aries in the building. Thank you. He says looks fine, man. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Anonymous Boss in the building. What's going on, my dude? Pal Xbox for life. What is up, bro? Sebastian Cooper says I like anime. Good. I love that. Make sure you're there tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for.
And I responded back to him. Anime likes you too.
Well, be at the show, man.
Plug.
Yeah, might as well get it in. I see Be Nice in the building. What's up, my dude? Thank you for coming to rock out. Appreciate you, homie. Is that Mac 22 TH54 in the building? What's up, my dude? Fillmore Pockets in the building. What's going on, playa? Gentle Stone says the Doom DLC is fire. It is. I recorded just like the first part of it, and honestly, like I really, really enjoyed Doom the Dark Ages when I reviewed it. And it was fantastic. But after I beat it, I haven't played it. So it took me a little bit to kind of get back into the rhythm, but it's like it's really, really good. Graphically is insane. I've been playing listen, obviously, like, understand it. I want you to understand something. Razer sent me these headphones, okay, but it's to review them. Like, it's not that this is not like a promo spot. Like, they're not paying me to hype them up or anything like that. But I've been wearing them. Okay, I've been wearing them. They have become my daily, users when I'm playing games. And God, they're amazing. Like, they're really, really good. These are the Black Shark V3 Pros, the Xbox edition, and God, do they sound amazing. And playing Doom the Dark Ages with these on, like, you think, like, visually it's intense, right? Like, visually there's just so much coming at you all the time, right? You're just battling and going crazy. If you have good headsets like these, okay, man, it's like the visuals are intense, all the different sounds, and there's so many creatures, and I feel like I can hear them all, like, all around me individually. It's insane. Shooting me, like, so they're making sounds, bullets are coming in. It's so crazy, man. And it just it amps it up to the next level. When I reviewed this game, I was not wearing headsets like these, and I could tell you it's a difference. It makes a meaningful difference. I don't think I've ever given audio that much, like, credit. Like, I know things can sound good when you're doing, like, shooters or whatever, where you're hearing the footsteps in the directions. Obviously this does that as well, but it's more of like the sounds of the world that come to life. It's crazy.
Yeah, I had to personally go back and beat Doom the Dark Ages. Never got a chance to actually, like, finish it. But yeah, no, Doom the Dark Ages is great. And I remember when I saw the trailer for the DLC and stuff, people were complaining about him not having his helmet, but it's like, bro, you could see his face on, like, the original 8-bit.
Yeah, he takes it off in the original.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He's not just he has his helmet on. He just
exactly
there's a moment when he doesn't. That's all.
That's why I didn't understand. I was like, well, what's the problem here?
Agreed. Yeah, well, people cry about everything. So
no, literally.
It's just the way they are, man. But
because I think I told you before, I kind of messed myself up on because I got the Dark Ages collector's edition with the statue and everything that came with the premium, but I linked the DLC content to the wrong Bethesda account. So
that sucks.
When I had them merge my accounts, I lost it, so I have to rebuy it if I want to play it.
Well, it's worth it already. Like it's super good. Like
I still haven't
already
finished the first one. I think I'm on like chapter 5.
Bro, you got to get it in, man. The game is
I
fire.
just got to the dragon.
Okay, well, there's going to be a lot more of that. So you still got a little bit of ways to go.
Like I said, I get distracted by lots of it. Anytime I try to start a game, I get called by my family wanting me to jump online and play with them.
Just got to reject them. Say sorry, family. All right, get with the program. Why don't you just play Doom with me?
I'm doing research. I'm doing research.
Exactly. You're gonna get better at other games if you play Doom. Okay, if you play Doom an hour a day, it'll make you a better gamer in other facets of your life. Okay.
I pulled up my COD playtime, 2,600 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow,
that's a lot. Shout out to
1,600.
That's a lot, my dude. Shout out to Reggie Bone in the building. I see you, player. Thank you for being here. Chris Saint Live says thanks for the gifted. What gifted? Well, let me tell you. Shout out to the homie Broke Boy who went ahead and gifted an on point for Gary memberships. Man, y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest member, Chris Saint Live.
Only one person, so he can read that one off.
Yeah, that's why. So yes, appreciate you, man. Broke Boy, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Go ahead in the chat. Let your boy know with the emojis. Okay, how you feel about it? All right, appreciate him.
So I was gonna go.
No visuals. Ray Chi in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for rocking out. Ray Chi says 8-bit dough and Game Sir are awesome. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing of Game Sir, so I can't really speak on that. And 8-bit dough, I didn't have anything of that until this keyboard and this mouse. And I mean, honestly, I only did it for the Xbox of it all. But it's been fine. I mean, I like this one. It has like the keyboard has like this Bluetooth, and you know, like you can just easily switch. So like I can easily switch it from my Mac to my PC with one keyboard is dope. I like it. I don't know about this mouse. This mouse is crazy. Like I bought a super cheap mouse for my Mac just as an extra, because obviously it has a trackpad, but just to have something. And this gives me no wheel problems. Okay. I could have bought 10, maybe not 10, 5 to 10 of these mices, whatever. 5 to 10 of them for the price of the mouse from 8-bit dough. And I have no problems with this scroll wheel. Look at this. Scroll. Nobody's having a problem. Over here, problem. Okay. Oh, look. See, as soon as I talk about it, it's like I work. And then watch, you'll see, it'll start being a.
It's because it doesn't want to get replaced, you know.
Probably. But it keeps going. You never know.
Speaking of mice, I get my special edition of Mouse PI next week. The Mouseberg edition.
Nice. Yeah, that's another game. I don't know if you guys checked it out.
It's one of those I bought, just never get to. I actually bought it on Xbox since it was Play Anywhere too, but I got the physical on the other platform.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun game, man. Like I played it. Obviously I played it on stream for the first time, and then I play it like every once in a while. I just hop in. I like the world, but it's not a like, for whatever reason, like other games, it's a victim of the games that surround it. I just think there's other games that are like kind of call me before I hop into that one, but it's good either way. I do want to shout out.
I actually put in a couple hours of Avowed yesterday.
Oh man, Avowed is so good. Good for you. I do want to shout out Aries in the building. He went ahead and became a member, but he didn't just become a member. No, what he did was he became an On Point Squad member. Shout out to Aries for going ahead and becoming an On Point Squad member. Y'all know what to do. Put the mother effing welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome. Oh man, I just hit that mouse. Sorry, man. On the mic, I call it a mouse. That's how we do.
Oh, so we're being abusive now, CMoney? Is that what that is?
A little bit. You know what it is? I got a new mic holder too. Before I had just the standing one, but it was like standing. It's kind of like in the way. I had to always move it and then whatever. Now I have one that is an arm but it's not like it's a desk arm. It's not like one that you clamp. It stands on your desk, and it's now moving closer to me so that I don't have to move the stand every time, and it's out of my way. I hope it sounds right, but it's out of my way so that when I'm streaming a game or something, it's not in the camera. But yes, shout out to Aries, man. Thank you for becoming a squad member. You are awesome. You were the man.
I mean, what's it called? You definitely sound fine to me. So
sounds good. Good, because I literally put this in a new position, so I was hoping I didn't have a
But
problem.
we already know CMoney's fine.
Listen, I'm what? How dare you? How dare you? Now, guys, I don't know if you remember, but I had made mention of it. I had a little bit of a surprise for you guys. We have another guest who has finally made his way in after some short technical difficulties and a mix-up last week. So we have him here. This is a band that I went ahead and I got to meet in real life over at Summer Games Fest. This is a very, very cool dude. I want you guys, and I'm sure you guys probably know him. All right, to be clear, I'm not introducing him like he's an unknown person. He's has a successful YouTube channel.
He's not
you
me.
guys probably know him well. All right, his name is Mr. Rightway. Shout out to Mr. Rightway. Thank you, man, for coming through. How are you, my friend?
Tired.
I feel that, man.
I'm drained, dude. This Texas heat. And I also appreciate, thank you for inviting me. I'm sorry about last week, man, but and the day was like, oh goodness. I got on this darn PC and then the internet, because my internet is like on the other side of my house. So I was like, let me go and check. And I had anytime you do new, you know how you add new stuff. I bet just like y'all, I bet y'all got more than 20 devices on y'all internet stuff. I got so much stuff on my internet. So I had to unplug it and then come back in here and like, okay, it's working too. And then I'm putting stuff on eBay. I'm trying to get something, hopefully it'll go through maybe this week. Maybe you'll see it. I tweet it out, trying to add a little something. Personally, I've been searching for. It's not a game wise, but it's grown people wise. I say adult wise. I've been searching for this thing for like I wanted for one for a long time. I just say that, and you'll try to see it on Twitter if I get it. But anyway, what's up? What's up, people? How y'all doing? What's up, chat? How y'all doing? How you doing? Thank you for
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I rock with your hat, brother.
Oh man, yeah. Hey, I pre-ordered this last year at Play Asia, and I think I had this on Summer Game. I thought I had like a Summer Game Fest, but yeah, I pre-ordered at Play Asia, and I got it like 2 months ago, and they sold out, so they're doing another pre-order. Because every time I put the hat on, everybody, where you get it from? Play Asia is where you can get this hat from.
That's
and it's
awesome.
really
That's
nice because
awesome.
it got the brim, like it's already like, it's like, you know, it's nice. I'm like, oh, it's a good quality.
It is. That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. Before we continue and kind of say what's up to the rest of the people and then move over to the show, why don't you introduce yourself to anybody who doesn't know who you are, just, you know, what you do, how's your channel, all that fun stuff.
If you don't know me, I'm Mr. Rightway. I run a YouTube channel by the same name, Mr. Rightway, where I try to help people like you make right decisions about video games. And it goes from everything from retro to PC to modern, anything talking about, and also to add a little gaming life. We got a podcast every Thursday night called the So Excited Podcast. Whole bunch of other friends on, come out and check it out. We have fun, we have drinks, we talk crazy, and it is fun, nothing too serious. Because I always say life is much more than video games, but video games make life so much better.
Ooh, I like that. That. Shout out to Mr. Rightway, man. Thank you for coming through, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
absolutely. CMoney, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Hang on, I know we'll do it at the end of the show, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the chat.
What? I can't see nothing. What?
I just thank
you. Yeah. Please, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for putting it in now. Yeah, definitely go check out his channel. The link is in there. It should work, right? Your link worked. Yeah, definitely go check him out. Definitely a good dude, man. So
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
man.
We'll do it after the show too.
Let me show you what I did. Look, somebody gave me this right at GameStop, and I'm like, I didn't think to check it. I said, "Oh, they'll give me a free game." I said, "Oh, okay, cool, Steelbook," you know. And then I open up and like, it's no game. I was like, "Oh, well."
Oh, it's just a Steelbook.
I got one of those too. I walked into GameStop and they said, "Hey, you collect things for gaming, don't you?" I was like, yeah. He's like, somebody brought this in and traded it, and we didn't want it. So you want it? He gave me a High on Life 2 Steelbook.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm a big.
Is that the PlayStation edition by any chance?
Yeah, this PS5.
Oh, so they're already pre-gaming. That's what's happening.
I know, right? I feel like I got me I got my first PS6 game.
That's hilarious, yo. Oh my god. All right. That's dope.
I like it though. It's nice. And I just
it looks cool.
I pick the game up when it gets cheap or something, but I love Steelbooks. I mean, I love Steelbooks, y'all. I do. I love Steelbooks.
I hate the chance that I missed out on the Steelbook. I was going to get the Resident Evil 9 one, the Requiem one.
Oh,
when they had it, and Dad's like, I'll get it later. And then as soon as they had that direct where they went over it, next day it was sold out, and it's on eBay for $150, $200.
Dude, I know. Only ones I got was the Switch version, Switch 2 version. I didn't get the PS5 version because it's pretty much bigger. But I think they made a lot more this time with Onimusha because it hasn't sold out yet. So they made a lot more with those.
On Switch, I actually got the generation pack that had the 3 games.
Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, I'm looking at it right. Hold on, right here, like right there. That and then
like that
Mario,
one's nice.
And then that Mario.
Mario, that does look cool.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Like it got like the gun on the front or the. Let me see. Yeah, there you go, like that.
There's my last Switch game that I got.
I was about to get that, but I'm not a big horror person. How you like the collector's edition?
It's got a vomit bag in it.
Oh, no way! I'm glad.
A lot.
I saw one at my local. I don't know where y'all located at, but we had this thing called Movie Trading Company, and they had one for the PS5. And I looked at it like that's a cool collector's edition, and I saw it was still in stock at like Amazon, but I wasn't super horror. But I was like, okay, that's cool.
It's not bad because it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, so it's not really it's horror but not horror. It's like the Retro Realms games.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what's I mean, so you don't really care for horror, right? That's what you're saying. Oh,
no,
man,
like anything outside of Resident Evil, I'm kind of like okay. Like what made me give up on horror games was the Evil Within. I'm like, bye. No,
too far.
Dude, man.
I mean, I'll admit, I'm not crazy on horror either, but I'm super excited for the Halloween game. It looks really freaking good.
Have you seen the collector's edition for that one?
No, I haven't seen the collector's edition.
You need to pull that up. Yeah, it comes out in September. Pull up the collector's edition when you get the chance. It's nice. It's got an 8-inch Michael Myers glow in the dark type thing going on.
Oh, that's nice.
I think I noticed that. It's pretty cool.
That's like that. The Hellraiser and Halloween collector's editions interest me, but I'm not interested enough in the games to get it.
I'll admit I am actually interested in the Hellraiser game. It's just like I feel like if I were to play that for YouTube, I just have to censor so much out that I'm like, is it even worth it at that point?
You know what? I gotta tell you, that was one game that you guys remember when I saw it originally, I was not a fan because I don't really care for like that type of body horror and like the overly sexual situation. When it comes to that type of stuff like movies and games. But I'm gonna have to tell you, I played it at Summer Games Fest. I don't know if Mr. Rightway, if you got a chance to play that one, but I got in. I had an appointment to see Turok, and then
I played Turok. What else?
Turok was dope, but I gotta basically the situation was I finagled it where I got in with the help of somebody who worked for Atari actually, which is really cool. She had a friend who worked at Saber and got me in. It was actually thanks to King David. You guys heard the story. That whole time when King David, I was with him, and then we talked to somebody else. That whole situation led to me going in there and squeezing in to play Hellraiser and Stuntman All three of the games they had at the show, I got to play in my time slot, you know. So I had a half-hour time slot, but they extended it an hour and gave me the other one. So it was pretty cool. So that game, I'm actually looking forward to it. It actually is really, really cool. Feels really good to play, looks great. And it's not like like in the cutscenes, I'm sure it's gonna be crazy, but like in the moment-to-moment gameplay, you know, it's not like it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not too crazy. It's more
It's
like
funny
just a
because
shooter.
I almost feel like I don't know what the word, maybe hypocrite's the word. I don't know, because it's like I don't really rock with like horror movies like that and stuff, but it's like horror games like The Evil Within or like the Friday the 13th game. Like I'm in there, like I'm locked in. I'm like, bro, this game looks so good and stuff.
Did you watch that
agreed.
13-hour stream to show you the 30-second trailer for Michael or for Freddy or for Jason coming to Dead by Daylight?
I didn't watch the 13-hour stream, but I did see the trailer of Jason.
They
I
had-
was like, no
They had
way.
they had a stream up for 13 hours,
Dang.
but to have that 30-second trailer. So there were people live streaming that fell asleep while waiting for it. Several missed it.
Nah, we're good.
That's
We're
funny
good, we're
because
good.
I'm guessing like if they were able to get Jason into Dead by Daylight, that rights lawsuit or whatever, because that's the reason why Friday the 13th got shut down. I'm guessing maybe that moved along and stuff, because nothing could be happening with the IP so long as that lawsuit, you know, kept going and stuff.
Yeah. Not sure. But let's all right. Let's say what's up to the last few people, and then let's get into this show. JD Gamer in the building. I see you, player. Thank you for being here, man. Michael, what's going on, man? I see you, homie. Boss Bronze in the building. What's going on, player? RC Polygon, you're fine, bro. I think I figured it out. But thank you for being here, man. Dip Down Anime. Shout out to Dip Down. Dip Down, that's he should probably change the name. I mean, I guess you should have you know what, Stevie, you need to make a separate YouTube account so that you could come in as Stevie instead of as Dip Down. But Stevie Ray and Amber and Ryland Killer and Mad Dot, they make up the On Point Nerd Night crew for Anime After Dark, going live tomorrow night, 8:30, live in the building. Make sure you're there. Shout out to Dip Down Anime for being here, man. Appreciate you, homie. I see Michelle Alexandria in the building. How you doing? Appreciate you. Thank you for rocking out. Trey Bone, what's going on, fam? All right. I'm gonna wrap it up. If I didn't say what's up to you, I'm saying what's up. Ren, what's up, homie? We're gonna hop in. We're gonna get started, and we're gonna get talking about this. So first thing is going to be Xbox, right? Xbox is there's a lot, and I want to look. There's only one real source here that we need to make sure that we hit, and then everything else is really just off of that. And then there's another little place where she was involved, and of course we're talking about the homie Asha, who has gone ahead and put out a little bit of an email that might have some ramifications for the future of Xbox. This is literally I think we've only seen the exact opposite of this. So like obviously we've been here for the moment. Actually, I should probably take a chapter. All right. So obviously, you know that leading up to this moment, right? We've had a lot of speculation about what's going on with Xbox. There was tons of doom and gloom and like crazy, like everything shutting down, everyone's dying, it's all over. And I mentioned it earlier, but I do think that this is the first time in a long time that all of that crazy negativity actually benefited Xbox as far as like the PR conversation is concerned, because it sounded like the world was going to end, and in reality the situation actually turned out better than anticipated for very specific parts of it. And I think overall we knew there was going to be cuts, but I think that overall it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And I think that we're definitely I would say we're in a place now where people are still more pissed at PlayStation saying that they're discontinuing having disc than they are about Xbox right now. So I think that that's a win for Xbox, that scenario wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, or that a lot of us thought it was going to be, based off of the negativity. But we do have the email directly from Asha. I do want to read it, and then we will all be able to kind of just give our thoughts on it and kind of dig deeper, because all of the news points essentially are coming from this. So all the articles that you see, people make 32 articles based off of one email, and they just take one line at a time and make an email about it, or make an article about it. So let's go ahead. We'll discuss this. Let me bring it up here. Share it first, and then we will talk about it as we do. Here it is. Okay, we're gonna bring it up right here. There it is. All right, now this is Asha. Okay, this is the word. Oh, let me take this other thing out of here. Bam.
Good thing also
All
too,
right.
she put it on Twitter for everybody to see.
That's a great point, Mr. Right. What's like the shorthand for?
Oh, you just say Rightway.
Rightway. All right. So yeah, so that's a great point, Rightway, and I did mean to bring that up as well, which is a fantastic point. She did not, this was not an Xbox post.
No.
Xbox didn't come out here and do it, and she's just kind of hiding in the background. She came out, she put this up on Twitter. This is her post that she put up. So she is taking full accountability for it, which is what you want a leader to do, right? You might not like the situation, but the fact that she's doing it and she's standing, her ground, this is what she's doing, and this is the situation that has to be done. Kudos to her for coming out here and just kind of standing by it, right, and just putting her face on it. All right, so this is the message that she put out. She says, "This is an important email I sent today to all employees at Xbox. Team, we are beginning the most significant restructure in Xbox history." That's an important line, because we haven't really seen something like this. We've seen the opposite of it, right? So, and that's what I was kind of leading to before, where like Phil bought a bunch of studios. Like there's a lot of big things that happened that kind of bolstered up the studio or Xbox. But this is the first time we're seeing like massive change. All right, so we are beginning the most significant restructure in Xbox history. After careful consideration, I've made, not I sat down with all these people and together we've come up with this. I've made the difficult decision to reduce our team by approximately 3,200 throughout fiscal year 27. This will include approximately 1,600 role eliminations today. And in addition, 4 studios will leave Xbox to new management. I recognize that a year-long restructuring creates additional challenges. Unfortunately, it is not possible to make all the necessary changes in a single day. And I wanted to be direct about the scale. I mean, that's definitely better than telling us it's 1,600 now, and then next year saying, hey, here's another 1,600, right? It's just kind of like all in one shot. So I do appreciate that. She says, I know this is painful. These changes will directly affect people who have poured their creativity into building Xbox. Many joined us through acquisitions, while others were recruited here or sought us out because they loved the industry and loved Xbox. Today's decisions do not reflect their talent or dedication. This is where the truth comes out, right? She reiterates from a time before. She's putting it out here again. Our business today is not healthy. We are operating at margins that are 3 to 10 times lower than comparable platform and publishing businesses. We entered Gen 9 with a smaller install base and a higher cost structure. To grow, we bet on Game Pass, multi-platform, and a broader portfolio of content. While those businesses have created meaningful value, just want to emphasize that because a lot of people are trying to cite this as if this is all doomed situations. They did not grow at the pace we expected. As that happened, our core business weakened and we added more teams, more investment, and more time, hoping for a better outcome. And now the industry is facing the most severe hardware crisis in its history. We must reset Xbox. Now, I do want to stop here. Let's talk about this first part, and then we'll break it up as it goes along, because this is a pretty lengthy email, and we don't want to just read the whole thing and then not have a discussion on it. So right off the rip, all right, we learn about the 4 studios that are leaving. Again, she does go into the fact that this is not a healthy situation that they've been in. But again, I think it's important to understand they're operating at margins that are 3 times lower than comparable platforms, but they're still making money, right? Like, I know a lot of people want to phrase this like, oh no, Xbox is making nothing. They are making money. They're making profit. It's just not the level of profit that they want. And of course, one of the things Asha said is that, hey, we're not being held to the 30% margin that Satya had put on Phil and the squad. And a lot of people try to make it seem like Satya is out of the picture right now and Asha's able to function on her own. God bless you, baby. But the reality is that it's not true. Just like I've always said, right when this happened, he's not out the room. He's just sitting in the corner, all right? Just sitting there waiting and watching what is happening to see how it plays out. But he's there. His presence is felt. Amy Hood's presence is felt. Asha knows what she has to do. But again, keeping it to just this idea of the email before we kind of break it down to her steps. Okay. I just want to get kind of like your reactions to, this particular portion of it, just kind of coming in, knowing what's happening before we dive deep. And, for somebody like Mr. Rightway, who hasn't been on the show before, just kind of like your overall feel of, the Xbox situation as it stands. Again, before we dive deeper, Mr. Rightway, you're our guest. We'll start with you. What do you think? Asha's email starting off this way and where she sees Xbox and the situation at hand.
When back in the day when you did something bad as a kid and you driving and stuff, like your mama driving, you turn around, she was like that, They was doing that. She was doing this a couple times and then he had to stop, take out that belt. It's like, break out the belt. Get this shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think she doing good. She gotta face it head on. Like every interview I've seen with her, she always took accountability. When I say twice I met her, the second time I met her, she was always smiling, but she was serious. I met her at Summer Game Fest, and it was kind of funny. I was doing something. I forget what booth I was at, but I turned around and she there, and she smiled I said, hey, I said, we gotta stop meeting like this. And she started laughing and stuff. She had a whole team, and I had this whole, you saw that PlayStation get up I had on, right? Had everything PlayStation, right? And then I said, yeah, I ain't getting no invite to the Xbox stuff, just talking to say. And then one of her guys said, well, all that PlayStation stuff, and there I was laughing. I said, yeah, I got me. It's cool. And he said, you don't have no Xbox? I said, you know what? I would, but y'all don't make no cool shit. And she looked and she turned around to him and she did this to one of her guys. And he yes, ma'am. I said, you got to get on that. I said, get him. He take them jokes, get some good Xbox stuff. I said, I want to buy nice Xbox stuff. But the state of Xbox was trash. We all knew that. It was trash. Like my Xbox, my 360 gets more play than my Xbox One or Xbox Series X. My Series X is only reason I haven't sold it because I don't want to go buy another $900 system. No, I'm just waiting to trade that in for the 25th anniversary so I can get that one. But it's bad.
That's beauty.
Yeah, that one is beautiful. Did you get? Are you gonna get that one?
Yeah, I was at FanFest.
Was you a fan?
So this is the thing. FanFest was like it's a lottery, right? Like you sign up to see if you get it. And at first, I went last year to the community Xbox event that was put together, and Aaron Greenberg was there. But remember, there was no FanFest last year, so they went ahead and grandfathered everybody who went to that event into coming to this FanFest. Nice. So because I was at the previous event, I got automatically put in as a fan, right?
Okay.
But then I got my media invite after the fact. So I registered as media. And when I went over there and I was up in the media area and all this stuff, and when Asha said, if you look at your badge and it says fan,
you're like, no,
you get in this Xbox. I was like, what? No way.
Yeah.
So needless to say, thanks to my now great friend Tina, who works at Xbox. She went ahead and went up to the line with me and got me co-registered and let me have my fan because I was there last year.
So you might get one.
As a fan. So I am getting it for El Gratis. Shout out to Xbox. I already filled out the form. It's coming, baby.
They sent you a form and everything? When
it's already done. Yeah, they sent us everything. It's done. So November, it will be arriving here and it will be glorious.
That's good, man. I wish I got that thing, man. Shoot.
Nah, for real.
I had a friend go and she got registered. She's a COD streamer on all the platforms, and she went. But when she got there, because I asked her if she was getting one, she's like, "No, I didn't get one. I got a media badge." And I'm like, "They gave you a media badge just for being a video game streamer?" She's like, "Oh no, Razer sent me. Razer and COD sent me." She's actually got. There's about 20 female COD streamers that got invites by Activision stuff to come out to visit the studios and stuff, try to get them, talk them up on how to do their stuff and things like that right there, how to better market themselves. So she's got pictures with the guy who was heading up Modern Warfare 4 and pictures with the soap statue and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, all right. So this here, obviously, this was a lot to kind of take in, and again, that's why we're going to break it up into different parts as she continues on.
Satya, are you going to go back to that? Because I actually want to bring some of that up in that one paragraph where she's talking about our business today is not healthy portion.
Yeah, that's go ahead. I mean, Mr. Rightway, were you done? Like, did you have?
Oh yeah, I was just saying, man. I think she got to crack the whip, and things got to go. Like the dude who got laid off today. I mean, I understand people losing their jobs, but he getting stock options. He been there for 27 years. That dude richer than all of us. He said on a yacht, like, well, did it on Xbox, cheers and like that. Like, okay, you good, bro. You gonna be good. I ain't feeling sorry for you. But like the studio closures, I'm upset that Blade won't come. I don't know if Blade gonna come out or not.
We don't know yet.
I hope it does, but they need to do like Nintendo did with Metroid or with who's going to do the new Turtles game? Ninja Theory?
Platinum Games. Platinum Paramount Studios and Platinum Games.
Yeah, so
Paramount Games.
So that's going to be. They already got the engine for Ninja Gaiden, so all I got to do is put a turtle skin or something like that on and make it open world. So that's probably going to be a 2-year game, 2-3-year game. We'll see that in 2-3 years. Hopefully, we get a disc.
To your what's it called? To your point, Mr. Rightway, I think Blade is going to come out because obviously in this tweet, Asha did say like they're publicly announced games, they're not going to be canceled or whatever. So anything that we don't know, obviously that's going to be canceled. So I'm not too worried about Blade personally, but the only thing I'm worried about is like the whole report. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it where they said Blade went over budget, and I was kind of like, what's going on with that? Because that for them to go over budget is kind of crazy.
It actually depends on what they do with the studio because they're in negotiations. They may end up either selling off or closing the studio. So if they close the studio, it's not coming.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think that's see, I don't think that that's the case. I don't think there's a scenario where they're going to close the studio. I think it's just whether or not it's going to get sold off or if they're going to go independent. Like the guy who originally founded Arcane did a tweet over to Asha, like,
yeah,
much
joking around,
like kind of joking around, but I also kind of serious, right? I'm sure he's looking at it like it would be nice to have my studio back.
I saw some PlayStation guys posting, yeah, give it to us. We know how to do it. And they show a picture of a Marvel Tokon's blade. I'm like, excuse me, you need to look at this one first, which was Rival's blade.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. I mean, listen, as much like all those other things, I understand, but based off what she said, she talked about 4 studios. We know Arcane is supposedly, but again, that's all rumor, right? Arcane is not coming out here saying anything. Todd Howard said that he just saw the blade and it looks great or whatever. So I don't know. We don't know 100%, but that's more of like ideas and thoughts. Where here we do know that the 4 studios that were supposedly dead and doomed and horrible actually turned out pretty great, right? All studios survive. 2 of them being sold off to new buyers, and 2 of them are going back to independence by the original founders. So it's not like there's some weird scenario. Undead Labs can't go back to the original founder because he's gone, right? He left and he had no desire to be there. So
and announced games are still coming and funded.
Yeah, exactly. Which Blade is a part of that. So in my mind, that sounds like Blade will come out. It's just what scale, what level, we don't know. But if they already spent them, if it's over budget, the last thing that you're gonna want to do is be like, let's cancel it after all these years. It's gonna come out in just what way, what shape, what form, and who's gonna finish paying for it.
I think if it's true that it's over budget, if I'm being honest, I can't see it as a exclusive because it might not sell super well. They might have to do it multi-platform like Xbox, PlayStation, Switch 2, if Switch 2 can handle it. So
yeah, I mean, we'll see what comes from that.
But Xbox, I think the future Xbox is going to be good, but the way things are happening now, I don't think Helix is coming out. I don't know. I think
they just doubled down on the commitment. Actually, the hardware team was not touched at all. So the hardware team is still there, and they are talking about just more about like payment, like how to get it. And they are saying that they're going to focus more on it. So they're going to that's where the whole exclusive thing now is becoming more in focus. And so we'll see, but I would be devastated. Like I want the Helix, and I think it's going to come, but, Broke Boy, you were saying something about that
last paragraph, that our business is not healthy. That 4th line: to grow, we bet on Game Pass, multi-platform, and broader portfolio of content. You notice the gaming media is only focusing on that one word, Game Pass. They have basically ignored the rest of that. They said they bet on Game Pass and it failed.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. I mean, look, failing is a strong word. It didn't grow as much as they wanted to. It's still 30 million. It's still 30 million plus people, and it's still bringing in billions of dollars of profit.
The fact that they're focusing on Game Pass, ignoring the rest of that sentence.
Well, because that's what media is going to do. Obviously, media is going to want to, it's all for the clicks, man. There's just no other way to phrase it. They're going to do it. That's why they pick the most, clickable words. Game Pass.
Game Pass failure, not sustainable.
Yeah, but she also never said anything about any of this not being sustainable as far as like Game Pass or the multi-platform approach, or the only one is the broader portfolio. That's the one that we know got chopped, right? That's the one that got chopped. But let's dive deeper, all right? Because she's gonna go into it, right? So first, we will reset our content portfolio. So since 2018, we have aggressively expanded our studio portfolio while the number of games created each month across the industry now outpaces the last 10 years combined. That's crazy. We now find ourselves competing not only with the largest publishers, but also with smaller independent studios. I was just talking about this on Twitter, and I've been kind of highlighting these smaller indie devs that I've seen like these games. I'm like, dude, like this is what freaks them out, because they're not, you're not seeing independent studios that are making just these these cute little indie games. You know what I'm saying? Like they're making games that make the big guys it embarrasses them, like how good a lot of these games look from like these small nobody teams. You know what I'm saying? And that's what puts the fear in their heart. And they're right. She is right. They're competing with these small independent studios who are making more games that are at the same caliber aesthetically, right? Like visually, you used to be able to know an indie game was an indie game because you saw it. You were like, all right, well, we appreciate the effort, but you're clearly an indie game. We could see it. It sounds cute. It's cool, but it's not going to be the level of these big games. That's not the case anymore. So a lot of these games look fantastic. Now the scale might not be huge, but visually, how they feel, all the stuff, they compete big time. So that's why she's putting it here. It's a big deal, and that's part of the reason why I think these smaller indies had to go, because there's no point in having them, because now it's not special for them to have these indies, operating at a higher level, because indies are doing that anyway, right? So why have it on their dime? And I find it funny because I was a part of this before, where I was like, man, it would be cool if they had a lot of these studios. But she says it is neither possible nor desirable to own every great independent studio. We have also learned that we are not the best home for every type of studio. In a typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested. As we reset Xbox, we will help independent creators succeed by providing open development tools and audiences to realize their vision. Now, this is where, for me, the good news starts, okay? Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions will return to management and transition to independent studios with their IP, with their catalog, and this is important, and the runway for their next games. This is huge. This is huge. Compulsion Games, Double Fine, when they were purchased, they didn't just purchase the people, they purchased the IP, they purchased the games. Xbox owned all these games. Brutal Legend, Psychonauts were owned by Xbox now. And they're letting them take it. They're giving it, obviously, I'm sure they bought it back, but not at what it would cost, right? Like if they were selling it to a stranger, right? I think Xbox is very aware that this is not a failing of Double Fine Productions. This was not a failing for Compulsion Games. In fact, it's the opposite. Xbox bought them for the very purpose of filling in the gaps, of keeping that creative spark alive, where it wasn't just AAA games, right? We had these other games and these other studios able to finally be free and make creative games without the headache of the business aspect of it, right? And that's what each and every one of them talked about in their videos when they first got purchased, how much of a relief it was to be purchased so that they could be free and do what they would love to do, which is make games. Now they all got fat paychecks, they all made a crap ton of money, and now they're going to be independent again, having their own games. I mean, let's just in that moment right there, just in that respect, knowing that Compulsion and Double Fine are going back to their original owners, who never left the studio, having their IP, their catalog of games, and whatever game they're working on, they still have the runway with Xbox. Xbox didn't cancel the game. Xbox didn't say, hey, you were working on this game, you're screwed. They know they commissioned these games, right? They told them, okay, you're making that game, we're paying for it. They're letting them work on these games. They're not screwing them over. They're not saying, hey, you're independent now, go figure out how to fund that after we are the ones who told you to make it. No, they're letting them finish the games with Xbox funding. Mr. Rightway, just that right there. I mean, what is that like? How do you feel about that? The fact that Xbox did the unthinkable, and instead of being like every other greedy corporate entity who says, yeah, sure, you can be independent, but I own everything, they're giving it back to them.
I mean, that's good. I do think that if PlayStation wasn't getting so much heat, I think this might be much worse. Because I was just waiting. You just Jason Schreier said, you know, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And this is not as bad I thought it was gonna be. Like a lot of heads are not rolling, but closures should have been happening. Xbox just got too fat, too quick, too bloated, too just messy. But I'm so happy that people are being able to create. I mean, creators are going to be able to create, and they give the IPs back and stuff like that. That's cool. Nintendo wouldn't do that at all. Nintendo said, "This is ours." Nintendo, no, and PlayStation probably wouldn't do it. Nintendo probably definitely wouldn't do it. But let's look at this right now. Xbox is trying to get back in the good graces of gamers. They're trying to win gamers back one step at a time, and I think they're doing that. It's got a lot of trust because I don't trust none of them. I don't trust Xbox. I don't trust PlayStation. I don't trust Nintendo. None of them, because they all want money, and I understand that. But I don't trust them. I love playing them, but I don't trust them. But I like to see how Xbox is moving. They like, all right, we're doing this. Look, we're doing this. We're doing this. They, if they're gonna mess up, they're gonna mess up in public and like, hey, I apologize. It ain't like old management, and she coming in and she doing it. They doing it. They doing real good and stuff. So I'm happy. Let's see more of this. We know stuff's got a Xbox big reset. It's sad still, but I'm just like, all right, let's get to it. Let's see what it's gonna do. Because I do not want Xbox to leave. We need like Xbox. We need PlayStation. Excuse me. We need Nintendo. We don't need two companies or one company. No, we need competition, and we need gamers to create. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, I think that's absolutely right, and I think it's the smart thing to do. Where, look, it's clear they needed, based off of what they're saying, right? This doesn't seem like something where the foundation was something to build on, right? Like you said, it's very messy. They got very big, and as much as I loved them owning all these people and all those games coming into Game Pass, which is great, you're right. Like, it got really messy, and it's clear they just weren't what Microsoft was ultimately going to want and demand from Xbox. I don't think that was part of Phil's idea, because you got to remember, it's easy to put Phil's decisions under today's microscope. But if you remember, Phil didn't blow up Xbox like that when he would, like, it was just happening when he bought these studios. Like, Satya wasn't on him like that about these numbers and these margins like that, right? This was more about how do you keep Xbox alive, right? And that's what Phil was doing, right? He did all this stuff. He built all these studios and bought these studios, and I think they were great purchases at the time. They were great for Xbox. They were great for them. Double Fine needed it. Compulsion needed it, right? These are Ninja Theory needed it. These were great purchases for those independent studios at the time. But I just think that in today's world, it just doesn't work. These smaller
it wasn't
games
until it wasn't until they bought the Activision Blizzard when Satya really, started hammering down on Phil and, company, and, the cracks in the armor started to show. And in my opinion, I'm not even gonna lie, I think Satya and Amy Hood need to low-key kind of go, because I feel like for the most part, Phil and Sarah, I feel like they would have been fine if it wasn't for how hard Satya and Amy were coming down on them.
I mean, I think the problem with that idea is that it's Satya and Amy are not going to go there. They're not going to be in trouble for trying to make the most money possible for their stockholders. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
yeah, obviously, but
like that's never gonna happen. Like, and you know, there is such a thing as I forget the saying, but like like you rather have the devil you know, or some stuff like that. There's some version of that.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
You know what I'm
talking
saying? Like you can think that they need to go, but who's going to take their place, right? At least as much as they want to get money from this business, at least they understand that there is a value to the Xbox business. You can have somebody come in here who is just like, this is just a whole waste, and get rid of everything, because they, just like Asha has no
gaming experience
roots here, right? It's not gaming experience. She just doesn't have any roots here. So for her, she doesn't know these studios, right? Phil would have a hard time walking into these studios and being like, hey, you got to go. We got to split ways. She doesn't. She has no tie to it, right? Somebody new at the top will be in the same position. They'll look at it cold. They'll look at it like, okay, this is the weakest part. Get rid of it, right? Like, that's the type of stuff that would happen. So you really don't want some unknown entity coming in here doing crazy work. Asha, at the very least, she seems to respect the players, and she respects the studios enough to make sure that they're not screwed on their way out. You know what I'm saying? They are, yes, leaving Xbox. They're leaving the quote unquote safety net that they had, but it's not real safe over here anyway for a small studio. So it's better that they go out there and try to see if they can make it work on their own, which they will, right? People will go back to look at them as independent, and at their level of skill that they have, they'll do fine.
I bet the next Double Fine game isn't a keeper or a kill, though. I bet it's going to be a Psychonauts remake or a Psychonauts 3.
Xbox is more than likely funding Psychonauts 3, and whatever Compulsion is doing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they're not under Xbox's umbrella anymore, so they're going to want to make a game that sells, not the little nichey things that they were making for Xbox.
I mean, I don't know. I think that you're going to see them want to make games that they can afford to make. So yeah. I think what they make is one thing, but how much it costs is going to be the driving factor, right? They can't overextend themselves. They can't make after this game, they can't make the next game the game that takes them down.
Well, that's what I'm saying is,
yeah, I was about to say,
they don't have Microsoft money. They've got to do something. They're going to get something out of.
They only have it for that one extra game, and then after that, they're on their own.
Exactly. Which I would imagine at least they have like I'll say probably another 2 years outside after this year. So I think they'll probably have 3 years total to work on the game. Obviously, Double Fine's been working on their game for longer, so they might be coming sooner. But Compulsion, they've been working on it for maybe a year, right? So, but yeah, now that's just Compulsion and Double Fine. They're going back to management. She continues here. Ninja Theory and Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow Senua and State of Decay 3. Okay. So those are the 4 that she was talking about when she said 4 will leave. Now, this one here, it says, in France, Arcane's management is beginning required consultation with its works console to review potential strategic options. So that's where we don't know exactly what that necessarily means.
It's my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it normally has to do with like the French labor laws and stuff. Like those are a lot stricter than what they are here in like the United States and stuff. So that's why they had to like do that and have all those talks longer than these other companies that they have.
Facts. Agreed. So now we know. So Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, they've been sold off, right? So no one's being closed or been closed. They are being sold off. And, we did hear, talk about, Xbox, their requirements for this deal being something that made, one of the potential buyers, back out, because I guess that they wanted to make sure that the new owners in writing were going to have to see this game through and not just see it through at the bare minimum, but take active involvement in giving them what they need, helping these games grow, right? So I think that was a huge win for Ninja Theory and Undead Labs. A huge win for the Xbox team for making sure that they took care of them, right? And I think that that's important.
I am a little surprised that they're letting Undead Labs go, because I thought maybe they would keep them. Like, I know they're still funding State of Decay 3, but I guess it wasn't one of the ones that like I was really thinking of, because I thought maybe they'd be like, hey, we could still keep you guys and maybe move you guys to either like a different studio, maybe go help with some games over there, or just like get started on another new IP.
Well, I think on their labs they only make State of Decay.
The new one's coming out, right?
Yeah, part 3.
Yeah, one is 3 coming out.
Yeah, so that's coming out next year, supposedly. But supposedly. But I mean, it says that the deal is they have to fund it to completion and grow the games. So, the State of Decay 3 has been getting a lot of traction recently and now I understand why they did this. They let a streamer that I guess has been playtesting it in the studio actually like play the game on his channel. So it's basically kind of showing the potential new owners like, hey, wait till this game comes out, right? A lot of people are going to want to stream it. Look at this guy, he's streaming it, is getting tons and tons of views, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. So in that space now it makes sense why they let that guy do it, because they were going ahead and basically trying to show like, hey, there's interest in this game, right? People are excited for it. I think if you think of like State of Decay 2, they made so much free content for that game that they didn't monetize, and I don't even know if there was a way to monetize that game. I don't know if they sold anything like as far as packs or whatever, but they did tons of free content for State of Decay 2. So I mean, you got to imagine like there was a lot of time just funding a studio that wasn't bringing in tons and tons of money. And what is that going to mean for State of Decay 3? Is that going to be the same thing, right? Are they going to go ahead and fund it that way? When the game comes out, they have to keep funding it for free for a long time. I could see how they were just like, all right, we need to, just let somebody else handle this. This is not the type of game that we're going to invest in. As much as there's like a cult following of State of Decay 3, it's not like mainstream famous. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not your Minecrafts or your Call of Duties of the world. So yeah, I can definitely see why they got rid of it. I'm just glad Senua is going to survive. And it will be released.
Yeah, the new Senua game looks really good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big State of Decay fan either, but yeah, Hellblade 3 I'm buying either way, even if it does come to Game Pass.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely a benefit. And then again, we're Arcane, we don't really know what's going on over there. We don't know what shape Blade is in. As much as Todd Howard said it looks great, we don't know if it's going to come out or not. The way she said it was that everything that was announced has not been canceled. Now, is that maybe in the future it'll be canceled? We don't know, but as of now, nothing's been canceled. She is continuing. We are also making reductions across other units, and in some cases, shifting investment to focus on higher priority projects. These changes vary in size across Activision, Bethesda, Zenimax, Blizzard, King, Mojang, and Xbox Game Studios. None of our first-party publicly announced games or projects are being canceled as part of these reductions. I just don't know how you say none of our first-party publicly announced games are being canceled and then turn around and say, hey, Blade is gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
don't think so. And remember, we just saw that the guy who was in charge of Machine Games is now the new CEO or whatever, or the new head of Arcane. So, they're clearly making moves there to shore up that team. So I don't have too much of concern about Blade. I don't think you can say what you just said here and then do that. Like, this would put it this way: if they were to cancel Blade, then as much as she's tried to avoid it, Asha would already be caught in 4K, right? Like, this is like, you told us that none of the games that you announced are going to be canceled or are being canceled, and you're canceling Blade, right? So once that happens, then it'll be difficult for her to say anything without being questioned every single time, just like Phil Spencer did, right? That was the big problem with Phil and Sarah, right? Everybody, no matter what they said,
with that one.
Say it again.
I said the media would have a field day with that one.
Agreed 100%. Yeah.
IGN was one of the people that ran with that Game Pass portion I was mentioning before. It got community noted.
Oh yeah, it's typical IGN behavior, man. Like, are we really surprised at this point?
Well, they weren't the only ones doing it, like I said, but that one got community noted.
I think GameSpot was doing it too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm sure. I saw at least 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, all right. They're continuing. In addition, Mojang and King will now report directly to me. Actually, you know what? Let's back up for a second, because since we've talked about these Activision, Bethesda, and all that stuff, we do know some more details, right? So, like, we do know that Bethesda and Zenimax, they were hit pretty strongly, right? Like, I think Zenimax, the Elder Scrolls Online team got hit in a big way. And that was after they got hit last time, and they like canceled that big game Project Songbird or something like that they were working on. So they got hit pretty badly. I know id Software got reduced by like 50% or so. They lost a lot of the team.
I can't remember exactly, but I think overall from like the Bethesda layoffs and stuff, wasn't it like close to about like 100 people, or is it just id Software maybe? I know it was one of the two. I can't exactly remember.
Well, Elder Scrolls Online team, they got slapped up.
Okay.
For sure. But the other ones, id got really hit. It was literally like half of the it's like half of the team, and there was a lot of like upset people, like the people who got fired. A lot of them came out and they were like upset about it. But
understand.
I mean, obviously, look, there's 2 sides of being let go, and you could tell, right? There's the people, like Mr. Rightway said earlier, right? There's the people who worked for Xbox, and this is just basically early retirement for them, and they got all the money coming their way. They have no stress, no worries, and they're good. And then you have the people who are getting fired, and they're not, set for life, and they're out here bitter and they're mad, and it's understandable. But it's just kind of
like that Obsidian message on Blue Sky, essentially.
That dude who said that they're not that he's not
I never liked that piece of shit Xbox anyway.
It's like, okay,
what now?
Like, why are you working there? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess he started at Obsidian beforehand.
He said he didn't like Xbox. No way.
He said he said he never liked and never had their piece of shit console anyway.
That's literally the equivalent of like when a dude asks a girl out like for like a date or like her number or something, and then he's just like, well, I never liked that girl anyway, so you know what, forget about her and stuff. That's literally what that sounds like.
I sent CMoney the message if he wants to show it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is definitely it's a wild scenario that they came out here talking like this. But I mean, look, this is what these people don't realize. They're gonna want to get another job. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want to get another job. And the thing is that as much as they might try to keep it separate, and think that, oh, I was just saying that, that I was just upset. Like, you can't go out here and shit on your previous employer, right? All those people that got all their money, they are set up to go get another job if they wanted to, because they left graciously, right? It is what it is. They understood the situation. It had to happen. But because these other people came out all nasty, you're messing yourself up, man. Who wants to hire that person? You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to hire the dude that goes and gets fired and talks crap, right? You can't trust that person no more, right? You can't say, hey, this is gonna be okay. We'll bring him on. We could trust him. He's changed. Like, no, you can't. You can't. It's just kind of is what it is. So yeah, no, that was really bad. I don't know how that made sense to him in his mind to come out here and
I feel like also there's like a like if you don't like a place that you're working, like if you go to a job interview and like they're asking you, hey, why are you leaving, so and so job? I feel like there's also like a professional way you could like go about it. It's like, well, I didn't like that job because they were doing X, Y, and Z, and without sounding like a jerk and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's just a professionalism that you're supposed to have, and I guess they just said, nah, we're good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just seems like really short-sighted to go out that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it just, I don't know. It seems like a weird.
That's why don't tweet in your emotions.
Yeah, like it's almost like, dude, you got fired. Like, go cry in a pillow for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's okay. Just like, man, just calm down, dude. Don't not. Oh, that was crazy.
Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was like, dang, the stuff I done seen in the last 2 weeks has been crazy, man. That's why I'm glad I'm just a content creator, because I don't know. I'll probably be like that too. It's justified, but they probably say F it, It's hard to find jobs now with all this stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Agreed. Well, let me tell you something. This is not helping them find a job.
Let me tell you something. A little fire marshal Bill going there.
I know. I was going to say, let me tell you something.
Yeah. I don't think that this was a smart move. So look, it kind of is what it is. But yes, so we do know that there is a significant amount of layoffs that took place at these studios. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like, the 4 studios that are not part of Xbox, that's one thing. But the studios that are part of Xbox still have been affected, right? So it's not.
Uh-oh.
Did he just got timed out?
I have no idea.
I thought I had issues.
I thought it was me for a second. I was like, what's going on?
Who kicked me out?
Hey, Xbox talking all that noise. You laughing at us? We gonna come back and get you.
Xbox cut your internet.
Yeah, they came back and got you, man.
Betrayal. There we go. Okay.
It was a DDoS attack.
Oh, don't say that.
That was crazy.
It's
unnecessary.
So you talking all that noise? All right, we're gonna show you. We'll show you how we feel today. Bloop.
That's hilarious.
You think you're getting that 25th anniversary Xbox?
Oh man, we got to chill with that one. All right, we got to chill with that one. That's not.
Hey, they say yeah. They showed it like you getting this?
Nope. They said who is this Mr. Rightway guy?
Yeah. You get nothing.
Oh, okay. Wait, something happened over here.
What happened?
Oh, I think it was a window that I had open.
Man, that's why I like having Max, but I like having this PC just for gaming, but sometimes it just
CMoney. I told you about peeking in those open windows.
No, nobody's peeking in no windows. All right, nobody peeking into no windows.
You want that on?
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I had it up and then it just died. Not that. Oh man, it took me a while to find it too because there's so many different things that I bookmarked.
Oh,
because like
you know what? You probably had too many bookmarks open. Sometimes who you using, Firefox or Chrome?
Chrome.
Yeah, sometimes you have Chrome. Definitely would it definitely will crash on you if you had too many open, especially with StreamYard.
Crazy ass.
Yeah,
crazy ass Chrome. All right. Well, I'm just gonna give up on finding that bookmark that I had. I think it unbookmarked itself.
And people like, yes.
It just said I'm out. F this. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing my bookmark. It's gone. All right. Well, let's move on. Is it blurry? The screen, is it blurry for you guys?
Yeah, it's blurry.
Oh, what the This is an attack. Okay. I don't know what happened. So something took place here. So we're going to go do that.
There we go. Crystal clear HD.
All right. Let's go. Let's keep going before it's blurry again. Right?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I spoke too soon. My fault.
This might have been you. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing it. I'm gonna go ahead and reshare it. I don't know what's happening here. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go there. No reason why that shouldn't just work. With no problem. Bam. Okay. Don't be blurry. That's all we're asking. Just stop. Okay. Be cool. Don't be uncool. All right.
Live.
Let's continue. All right. Now I see Mr. Rightway blurry.
See?
All right.
We're live, pal.
Says we are also making. Okay, so this is the one that we talked about. So we did that. Okay, now in addition, Mojang and King. Wow, it's just gonna stay blurry. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna that's it. The moment has passed. We're just gonna go back to being a bunch of people on the screen, and I'll just read it without you guys being able to see it. You're just gonna have to believe that I'm reading these.
It's not like you haven't done that before.
I'm just saying.
I wasn't sharing that.
All right. So in addition, Mojang and King will now report directly to me. These two studios have increasingly become platforms and are our largest by monthly active players. They bring critical geographic, demographic, and differentiation to Xbox. So this is the thing. We found out that they were pretty much using Minecraft money to fund the rest of the other studios, which is not what you want to be doing, right? You want your Minecraft money to be profit and help you do more, not just keep running.
As Crazy Lou pointed out, and we knew it already, COD supported PlayStation's first party.
Well, yeah, I mean, COD is a equal opportunity lender. You know what I'm saying? It makes everybody a bunch of money. But it also costs a crap ton of money. So for Xbox, you know, they're making it, but they're spending it, right? So they need to Minecraft costs nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no huge graphical pipeline they have to do. They just whatever the studio costs to run is what it costs them. They don't have to do anything crazy. So that should be a lot of extra cash coming their way, and you know they don't want that to be the case. They don't want to have to spend it to just run stuff. All right, so as far as them resetting their content portfolio, it's clear that from the sounds of it, they're keeping all their big studios, right? Everybody who has big games attached to it, they're keeping. And everybody who has something smaller, they're not. I think it's just clear, right? We know they're focusing on their biggest and their best. When it comes to Bethesda, what I was looking for is Bethesda put out a like a letter, almost like their own email, that was basically talking about the fact that, you know, obviously they have things going on as well. It's aligning with Xbox that they're doing, you know, they're having to focus as well, right? So they basically came out and said that they were going to do the same, you know, they're under the same mandate as Xbox is to right the ship, right? They need the foundation to be strong, right? And they literally came out and said that they have to focus on their biggest IP, you know, the stuff that's making them the most money. So your Fallout, your Elder Scrolls, these are the things that are going to be focused on. And you know, they're not going to be able to go ahead and essentially make games just for the sake of making games. And this is where the sad part comes in with a lot of this, right? Like, we wanted the creativity, right? Like, that's what I was very excited about Xbox owning these people, because it took away the stress. It took away the having to conform to just survive. You know, you were able to see these studios make games that were freeing for them, right? They were able to make these games they wanted to make. And now they have to kind of get in line, and they can't do that. Now it's a sad thing, but it's also a great thing, right? Because, you know, I do want Elder Scrolls to come out, you know what I'm saying, relatively soon. I do want a new Fallout, you know, without being super old, right? Like I would like some of these games to release on a normal cadence. And I don't think that this is a forever situation, by the way. I do think this is literally what she's calling it. It's a reset. She's going ahead and knocking down the building and pouring the foundation, and the foundation are these core studios with these core franchises that all have the ability to be like studios that are in games that are every year bringing money to Xbox in a substantial and major way, as opposed to, you know, Elder Scrolls coming every bro, it's crazy to think that it was 15 years ago that Skyrim came out. The last mainline Elder Scrolls game released 15 years ago.
It's funny because I had seen a post earlier today. It was either earlier today or the other day where obviously Bethesda was talking about focusing on their like key franchises, so like Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein and stuff like that. I saw this guy, he was talking about he hopes that like Starfield and stuff doesn't get like scrapped or whatever, but I was kind of just like, Starfield isn't a key franchise at the moment, since the game already released basically like almost 3 years ago at this point, so they're still good for right now. But it's been actual years since we've gotten anything from like Elder Scrolls to Fallout to Quake, with the exception of like that little remaster that they had for the Series X and S, and for, you know, Wolfenstein and stuff. So it makes sense that they're going to target these franchises over Starfield, which is still kind of fresh.
Yeah, I mean, Starfield, look, Starfield, you can want something to be a core pillar, and then you just have to face reality. And as much as I love Starfield, amazing experience, love that game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just don't think, you know, in one game they couldn't mimic a lifetime of Elder Scrolls and Fallout. You know what I'm saying? It was one game. And as great as that game is, it was divisive, right? There's some people who love it and some people who did not care for it at all. So, you know, coming into this environment maybe is not the best time to, you know, bring on a new IP. Obviously they were already working on it, so they had to do it, but it just wasn't the time, unfortunately, for, you know, the industry to accept that game as a pillar. I think they want Elder Scrolls and they want Fallout, and that's what Asha sees. Asha knows that they own all these IP and they're not being utilized, and that is the way forward, man. You got to build on the foundation that you have. You know what I'm saying?
That's one
just what
thing
it
I
is.
had I thought about when we were talking about the like her letting go of like, you know, all those studios like Compulsion, Double Fine and stuff. It's like with Activision just by itself, I'm pretty sure they have like more IP than the 4 studios they're basically letting go of combined. They have like Prototype, Crash Bandicoot, like I could keep
They have so
going
many.
on. Yeah. So many.
Yeah, it's just a fact. These were great studios, but nothing major, right? And that's just look, I just get it. That doesn't mean they can't go back to it. That doesn't mean later on when Xbox builds this foundation and gets healthy again and has these mainline IP coming out on a consistent basis, if we can get in a world where every year you have a Halo or a Gears or a Elder Scrolls or a Fallout or a a Wolfenstein. I mean, like, there's so many IP that they could just rotate. If you can go and every year you have that big North Star game that you know that everybody's excited for every year, I think that ultimately that's a smart path to kind of get on. Before we move forward, let me get the homie JD Gamer. Sorry, man, I did not see this here. Thank you for that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says, did you see that hit piece from Digital Foundry? They couldn't complain about closed studios, so the fact that ID had layoffs has them pissed off way too much. I did not read anything from Digital. I rarely read anything from Digital Foundry anymore. Once I saw the way they treated, you know, Xbox fans, their channel is if you're an Xbox fan, their channel is pretty much irrelevant to you, because they rarely are showing Xbox versions of the games anymore. And if they do, it's only when they can slander it somehow. So I don't really look at that, but yeah, I mean, John Linneman, I know, was really pissed about the PlayStation news about the disc, but outside of that, yeah, I mean, we know that, right? They're always going to cater to their core audience. They're independent now, so they need the fans, and their fans are, you know, primarily PlayStation people. So, just kind of is what it is. Now, Cage says, CMoney sounds like PlayStation's one game a year. Well, Cage, this is what I've been telling you. That's what they made. That's what they wanted Xbox to become, right? They asked Xbox to get rid of all these small games. They didn't like them. Nobody wanted to play the smaller games. They wanted just the biggest and the baddest, and that's what Xbox is going to cater to. And that's just is what it is. We got the homie Trey Bone in the building. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being a member for 18 months, bro. Appreciate you, homie. Says they can connect Starfield to Gears and do spin-offs. To Gears, like Gears of War, Starfield. I don't think I know how that would. I don't think I know what you mean. Maybe you're just saying like do what they've done with Gears and do spin-offs.
Maybe he means like Gears cosmetics too. Like, how cool would it be in Starfield to have like the little like chain gun sword thing?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes there's certain, like Starfield is a really dope world, and I feel like there's a level of desperation that would come out if all of a sudden you start seeing all of these, you know, cross promotion, like, hey, go play Starfield to use the Gears skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That might be a bit much. Like, you do want it to kind of stand on its own and not look like a complete failure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know about that too much, but yeah, I mean, the reality is that you can do spin-offs, you know, have Starfield be a thing and, you know, just make things around that or you know, add-ons. But I think that they're going to focus on their big hitters. And I think that's just what you have to accept right now. If it's not a huge franchise, they're not going to be working on it in a major way. Or the potential of a huge franchise, because we did get some words on Activision's new studio Elsewhere that is made of people, and I didn't know this, a bunch of ex-CDPR people. So like a bunch of ex-Witcher people are in that studio.
I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw the news that came out about them today. CMoney.
No.
They said because it is something about Elsewhere was saying that their project is still in its incubation stage.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere. But they're still really not really even working on a game yet.
I mean, it's been I don't know how much I can believe that, man. It's been years. Like I feel like you don't even.
So is Perfect Dark and Everwild.
Yeah, but this is Activision, right? Like Activision is a well-oiled machine, right? I don't think you make Elsewhere unless there is a game that already wants to be made. You know what I'm saying? Like, why make a studio for what? You could just made that game, right? Like, there had to be a game ready, not ready to go like it's done, but like an idea. Like the game had to be there for them to be like, let's make a studio around it, right? So I don't know how much I believe that it's in incubation still. That sounds like a lot. Now, pre-production, sure. Maybe they're still doing all the work necessary to get there. But yeah, I don't think that's I wouldn't put like myself, I just don't believe that 100%. All right. Now, we talked about the content. Now they're talking about the platform. Okay. So it says, second, we will reset our platform. We know that great technology gets better when it gets simpler, not bigger. Today, in some parts of the company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management. That's asinine. Like
yeah,
that's
14 is overkill. That's way too much.
That's too many people. That's too many people. That's too many insecure people. Oh no, I need to go to this person. No, cut the bullshit. It's too many insecure people. You need one person to oversee it, one person to do it, and also too, a lot of them. I think a lot of people over the last 10 years, Xbox got lazy. You know, they're like, you know what? Last year, get that stock, get out of here. They got sloppy. They got lazy. They didn't care. Only person who really kind of cared was Phil. Phil really cared. He was a gamer. He really cared about games. I saw him in action. Finally got to meet him, talk to him, and that man loves games. I mean, he's a gamer. Yep. But I think being a gamer also is being short-sighted because one of his biggest mistakes, you know, I think Game Pass was Xbox's huge mistake because it cheapened a lot of the games. It just think about it. Like it was cool when it first came. Oh, y'all, this stuff is free. But now you look back on it, you're like, games are cheap. I'm like, they cheapen the games. And one thing that I didn't like about Xbox that they never pissed me off, but it was just annoying to me. I hate how the disc when you open it up and it's on the left hand side. I'm like, yo, what's up with that? I hate that. Hey, y'all noticed that before? Like you open up a disc, right? Open thing, and the disc is on the left hand side. I'm like, wait a minute, why is that?
I mean, I've noticed that, but I've also noticed that it wasn't just Xbox because there have been sometimes when I got like either a PlayStation game or like a Nintendo game, and the disc was also on the left side. Like
I never got one on Nintendo Xbox. Where are you getting them from?
Never even noticed.
I never.
Where you get your games out work?
Never. I got PlayStation games on the side. Only time I see something on two sides is if it was like a special edition, something like this, right? If it's like a special, I ain't never opened a case up like that and like, oh, it's on the side. Never in my life.
I mean, like, if I'm being transparent, that never really bothered me either because I was like, I mean, oh hey, you know, at least the disc is there, right? You know, because I'm a sucker for my physical games, so.
Oh, I am. I just hate after all these years she gonna do this. All the people who did it, Xbox, some people did it. I'm like, why? Like, okay, I understand you want to be different, but come on, man, that just messed my whole brain up. I was like, I hated that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just like it just felt weird, you know. I always thought that way. It's like getting cold French fries.
Oh yeah,
cold French fries.
Oh my gosh, you know. You can't reheat cold French fries, man. No matter how good it is. No matter if you want your fries cold, it's over.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty damning situation. I agree. But I do agree. 14 layers of management is insane. And honestly, this is low-key one of the biggest things that they're going to change here. Because once I think what you said Mr. Rightway, is a very important thing that people got lazy.
Mhm.
And I don't necessarily think it maybe is the top brass, because I think these guys are making a lot of money and they're trying to do their thing. But 14 layers of management,
It's crazy.
that's a lot of people to pass the buck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I genuinely wonder if if it was like that at Xbox, I wonder if it's like that at like the other companies like freaking PlayStation, Nintendo, EA, Ubisoft, you name it. Because
It's everywhere. Everybody's lazy. Everybody's lazy, and everybody's scared to take a chance.
oh yeah,
I keep going back to this, but this is a perfect example. I wish we can get more Expedition 33 studios, people like that, and making games.
oh
that
yeah.
was just the best. Like, I'm gonna say that's like in my top 3 favorite games of all time, and like modern games anyway.
To
You know,
your
that's an outlier though.
Yeah, it's an outlier, but I wish more people can be like that though. Always more studios can do that. Take chances and have something successful and great.
Yeah, you're talking to the Expedition 33 nut here, Mr. Riley.
Okay.
yeah,
I got 7 different editions of the game.
Oh man, that's good.
Here you go.
Yeah.
I even have this.
Did you order it off of eBay or
Etsy?
Etsy? Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna get that too.
I got this. I got the vinyl sound six vinyl soundtrack, the 8 CD soundtrack.
My 6th soundtrack is supposed to be coming in soon. I forgot I ordered a plush SK, and it's in the room. And I was like,
I haven't ordered that.
yeah.
But yeah, I love that game.
Rightway, I think one of the things that you're pointing out here is actually happening, because what you're talking about is having a core group of people within a big studio that learned from them, that took from them all the things that make big studios successful, and said, okay, but now I want to go do my own thing. And they go get to make the thing that the big studio can't make.
Yep.
Right. One of the games, and I don't know if you got to see it, but one of the games that is doing this, one of the studios that are doing this, is Maverick Games, right? With Clutch.
Oh, I wanted to see that. Yeah, them developers who used to make what's the card game? Horizon. Yeah.
So Horizon obviously is a fantastic game, right? Horizon 6 is amazing. And I really, really loved it. But there were things about the game that it's not about being bad. It's about, why can't you do more? And I got to talk to the Mike Brown, the guy who left. Turns out a bunch of people left. It wasn't just him. Like him, the art director, they all left together as a group to go make this studio. But Mike Brown, being the director, he was like the known person. He was the face of Forza Horizon 5, and then he bounced. But in talking to him, it's like, Forza Horizon is a well-oiled machine. They can't change the formula. They sell too many copies. You can't take risk with Forza Horizon. It's just not going to happen, right? It's just not a thing. They're not going to do that. So that being said, I went and I saw Clutch, and they are literally doing everything that I wish Horizon would do. And they're doing it at a high level. And, story is an actual story with, like actual excitement and things that grip you. The customization, they're going and taking it to the next level. I thought that was a huge missed opportunity with Forza Horizon. You're in Japan and you're not diving into that tuner culture. You're not giving me crazy body parts for every car and letting me do crazy things. No, done. They're going to be doing a lot more with that, where you can change muffler pieces and stuff. Like there's like aesthetically, they're going to do a lot of that stuff. I just think that at the end of the day, they're going to make something very exciting. Now, can they land it? That's the question, right? They need to land it, but they took everything they learned about Horizon. When I got hands-on that game on Clutch, I felt like I knew how to play the game already. Like it just felt natural in my hand. It felt amazing. Graphically, it looked amazing. It just all worked. So you're right. I think that's what happens. The benefit of these big studios and these big games getting to a point where they know how to make that game is that you eventually get people who are tired of making that game and take all the learnings that they have and go do it on their own. And that's what happened with Expedition 33. Obviously, those are all ex-Ubisoft people. They went in and made their own thing and made a fantastic game. I think Maverick is doing it.
Ubisoft. Let me stop.
Say it again.
I said the only good thing you can say about Ubisoft.
Yeah, I know. People don't like it. Listen, I'm excited for Black Flag resync for sure.
But he uploaded all the pictures in the back.
To your point too, Mr. Rightway, about like some of these devs being lazy and stuff. I remember way back when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, there was like a game developer. He's like, well, you know, trying to make a game with as much content as like Baldur's Gate 3 or like every single time is impossible. But it's like, we're not necessarily asking you to, you know, put or have a game with that much content in it, but at least, you know, put some more love and care into the game, like more creative natures into the game. Like that's what we want.
Yeah, heck yeah. I don't know, man. Some people, I mean, we ain't made games before, but you know, sometimes you can tell when stuff is like piss poor and lazy. And
oh yeah,
I don't like saying cash grabs, but you know, sometimes, well, I always think Madden's are freaking cash grabs every year. Same crap.
Sports games are the only games that should be actually sub-services.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, like you should buy it one time, and every other year it should be like 25.
Each year is maybe 1 or 2 new features, and there's basically just updated rosters and stadiums.
That's it. Well, that's what NFL 2K was trying to do, and then that went to hell. Remember they were what, $20 for NFL 2K5, which was amazing. But you know, listen, as much as that makes sense to us, it's clear these people, like, this is the only way they can make other stuff. They need the people who are going to buy Madden every year to buy Madden every year so that they can try to make other things over time.
Either that or just
kind of is what it is.
Either that or just charge like $4 for an updated roster.
Yeah, which they're not going to do. Like, it doesn't make any sense to them. So, but either way, yeah, I agree with this whole thing. Like, it's just way too many people that are part of these companies that are not quite there. 14 layers is insane. Okay, so she continues. Our platform teams are 40% larger than they were at the start of this generation, even as our player base and playtime have declined. That complexity has slowed decisions, blurred accountability, and made it harder to deliver for players. As we reset Xbox, we will simplify. I think it's important also to know is that she understands that the majority of people want the bigger experiences, and she knows that they're not delivering. So owning these other IP don't matter because people are not getting them. So they have no value to the company for real, because they're not actively doing anything with them. It's like the fact that she's taking this is a big deal. She also mentions, and I think this is so important, it slows decisions and blurred accountability, right?
Yep.
Having all those layers.
Yeah, it's easy to just be like, oh, this game didn't succeed because of this person. And then they'll be like, no, it was actually because of that person, and so on and so forth. So nobody is able to take true accountability on why a game failed or didn't meet sales expectations.
Agreed. So now that's changing. So she says, we will reduce management layers to no more than 5, and where possible, 3. Even 5 sounds like a lot. Like, I don't know what scenario you need 5 different people to be layered on top of each other that way in a department. Really, there should just be one person and maybe 3, right? Like, it's for checks and balances, right? Like, you got 1 and then 2 other people that kind of can discuss things and bounce things off of. But 5 is a lot, even with that.
Yeah, I would only say the reason maybe 5 is like maybe for like some of their bigger games and stuff. But yeah, no, 5 can definitely seem like it's a bit overwhelming, especially if like those 5 people are like button heads a lot. Like, hopefully that's not the case, but it's certainly a possibility.
Yeah, but even like if there's a bunch of managers, they should still only report to one person.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe that's where the 3 comes in, where it's like you have 1 overall and then 2 people who split the load between all the different departments, right? All the heads of the different departments, you know, split between these 2 people, and then those 2 people then meet with the 1 and they figure it out, right? But I don't know. It seems like a lot. But still, whatever. It's better than 14. And then she continues, we will deliver success through a flatter organization that is built around makers, individual contributors focused on building, player coaches, leaders who remain deeply involved in the work while developing their teams, and directly responsible individuals or DRIs who own key decisions and outcomes. And we will streamline how we work across our tools with a cleaner code base, shared services, and 50% reduced vendor spend. Okay, so this one I think is so important, right? You are now in a situation where they go ahead and are saying whoever's making this decision is making the decision knowing that they are the ones responsible for whatever happens because of that decision. I mean, I think that's phenomenal. I think that's accountability is such a huge thing when it comes to business. And if people can find a way to not be accountable, they will. And now basically saying you're having people who that is literally their title right there is you are the DRI. You are the person who's directly responsible individual of whatever decision is happening. That is huge, right? That is huge. And that is going to make a difference. Now, there's the thing. That doesn't mean the decisions are going to be good. It just means that there's going to be a possibility of either higher turnover, right? Which can be good or bad. You know, if somebody is not making good decisions, you don't want them in that role. That will also give people who are beneath them opportunity to rise up, right? To step up, to get into that position where they can show that they can make those decisions, right? So I don't know. I think that's a great thing. What do you guys think about this idea of flattening it out and having people who are actually responsible for the decisions that are made? Can't hide, can't say, oh, I didn't know, or I brought up the idea, but he's the one who said yes. Like, where do you guys sit with that?
I'd like to respond, but I've got to run it up my chain before I can do that.
That's funny. That's funny. But I mean, that's
it's dumb as hell. How much? I mean, 14 layers is just too friggin' many. I mean, so what happens if, okay, I made it all the way to number 10, and then, okay, we disapprove it. Now you got to start all the way back at 1 again to go all through all number 14 again. I mean, that's delay right there, delay after delay. You got 4, like I said, it takes a week to go through 10 managers, and then 11 shuts it down. So then you got to shut it again 2 weeks later, gets the same thing. That's too. Now I know why shit gets delayed.
Yeah.
Facts. What about you guys, Mr. Rightway?
Come again. Sorry, I just got an email. I'm sorry.
No.
Ask it one more time again.
No, I'm just talking about the fact that now they have people who are going to be responsible, right? Like,
off with their head. No, sorry. Get them, Asha. I'm like, Asha, get them. I like it. I like this ruthless, man. Yeah. Like, hey, she can't F it up. Gotta go cut this stuff. Like, for real, it seemed like you've been doing a whole much, like back in the day when your parents leave and shit. You acting all crazy. You see her here come down the road. Here, Clem. Go. That's what it's doing right now. She's driving up the Xbox lane like, clean that shit up. Get over there. Get in the room. All that stuff. I like it. It's gonna make Xbox better.
She's definitely a lot like Phil. She's not trying to make friends. She wants results.
Oh, hey, you know what too? People thought come here, she look all good, she cute and everything. Oh, hell no. She like, I don't let the smile fool you. Trying to go. She turned 2 business around. She determined to turn this around. Every business she been in, she turned it around. And she about to do this. So that woman powerful. She know what she doing, man. I know she getting paid. And she's smart about it. Yeah, she not gonna let this fail.
Making the right moves, I think.
People people like that who are determined like her, they don't like to fail. They like to see success, and they'll get it any way it means necessary. They got to cut stuff off, but hey, I want to see the real her behind the scenes. I bet, oof, boy, they probably got them dudes shaking like, oh, we can't run over this woman. No, you can't.
Oh yeah. She has something to prove, right? She has something to prove every time she walks into this new role, right? That's what she's done every time, and she succeeded every time. So I mean, having somebody, I mean, from the beginning, I always, as soon, like once she got announced, and then I watched her do some interviews when she was part of the AI team, I could tell right away that she was just very much so somebody who, when she spoke with authority. And if she didn't know something, she didn't just blurt it out. She literally passed it on to the person who did know what they were talking about. So she understood that this wasn't just, hey, I'm going to talk so that people can hear me. It's hey, like I know this, so I'm talking about this. If I don't know this, I'm not gonna. Yep. And I think that's a key decision that she has made moving forward with everything. Like that's the way she's done. That's the way she's come out and presented herself. So I agree. I think I feel like she's the right person for this. And like you mentioned, Phil wanting to be friends, but I can tell you right now, Phil was doing this for a very long time. The problem he had is that he was already friends with these people before he got the job. You know what I'm saying? Before he got the job, he was friends with all these people. So it's difficult being friends with all these people to go over there and now all of a sudden be the hard boss. Asha has no ties. She has no ties. There are no friendships to burn because she never had friendships with these people. She's coming in here to do a job, not this other stuff. Outward Lyric, what do you think, man?
Honestly, this is definitely good that it's going down to like 3 to 5 people, because in my personal opinion, the 2 biggest problems with the gaming industry right now is the mismanagement of studios, which obviously that's not just an Xbox thing, that's a all around thing, right? And then over bloated budgets, because obviously throwing money at the problem isn't going to solve the problem. It's like you need clear communication from only a couple of people at best. So hopefully this means we'll be able to get games way faster than what we normally should, and hopefully this means less delays and stuff too, unless like they really need it, because obviously nobody wants to play or pay for like a buggy / broken game. But hopefully also with less management involved, or like less people it needing to go through, hopefully that'll also in turn leads to less buggy and broken games.
Well, they shouldn't be giving us any of that, because their whole thing is now they're focusing on fewer and trying to make them bigger and better. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we can accept any type of buggy nonsense. They need to deliver every single time.
Agreed.
Especially if you're minimizing what we're getting, they better be astounding, right? Like it needs to be top notch. And honestly, this idea of delays, like they've done it like multiple times now with Fable and all this other stuff. Like that stuff needs to go. Like, don't tell us about a date if you're not ready to commit to a date. Look at Clockwork Revolution, right? Their whole thing was in due time, and now we know the time is next year. But it's like, that's it. Like, I don't want to hear no nonsense.
Yeah, listen, it's the same thing whenever they drop a trailer for a game, but it's not coming out till like years on end, like way later in the future.
Yep, exactly. Well, I think that was a moment in time where they needed to show that they had games cooking when they didn't have them ready to go for people who can want to invest. But listen, before we get into number 3, all right, I do want to go ahead, shout out Mr. Rightway. Thank you so much for coming, man. Appreciate you coming to rock out with us.
Man, thanks for inviting me, man. Sorry, I've been so busy. I know, and even life of a creator. It is 9:20, and I still got a video and other stuff to do. Oh my goodness!
I feel that.
ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, like, if you want to be a creator, you have to commit. It's gonna be some long nights sometimes, and sometimes you gonna have nothing to do. One of these days, it's like that. But if you want to be a creator, want to be a good creator, always practice on your craft. Just keep grinding, keep doing it. I saw CMoney out there, man, busting his butt out there doing it at Summer Game Fair. I was like, look at that guy here, man. That's why I came out, because hey, he doing the work. I'm always ready to commit with somebody, do something with somebody doing the work. But hey, CMoney can tell you, it ain't all fun and games. I mean, once you get to fun and stuff like that, but the work is, man, they don't never see the work, do they, brother?
They don't.
They'll see they work. They'll see, boy, and they'll see the bikes up at 3:00 in the morning. Like, oh, I gotta edit this thing. I gotta put this thing out.
You mean it's not just turn on the camera and talk?
Man,
No.
I can't wait.
I know.
Hey, I can't wait. I wish I could just be like, what's the dude? That dude who just sit there and talk on the camera. I wish I could be like that, and people like give me money. I wish, but I like to create too. But yeah, oh my gosh. But thank y'all for inviting me, man.
I know a lot of people who do that. They said being a streamer is easy. Like, yeah, no.
No.
If you don't want to be a successful streamer, sure.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, guys,
listen, man. You were awesome, bro.
Peace.
Thank you for coming.
We're gonna throw his stuff in the chat.
Yeah, put it in there for him. Yeah, go check out his channel.
Let's see. I actually had his channel up a second ago, so I can go grab all the links.
Okay.
Well, I gotta go. I'm gonna go give some do some real quick, catch up with some stuff, and fill these emails, and then got another video. So, all right, y'all. I will
appreciate you, man.
Man,
thank you so much, bro, for coming through. Welcome anytime, man.
I hit you up. Thank you for the link and everything, man. Y'all take
no
care.
problem.
Man. Be successful, y'all. Take care.
Hey, appreciate you, buddy. Take care, man. Yeah, he's a dope dude, man. He's a dope dude. That's one of the things that I really, really liked about going to Summer Games Fest this year. As much as I was doing a lot of work and had my head down and going to appointment and doing all this stuff. I did get these moments where I was able to, meet people and connect with some of these people. Mr. Rightway was one of them. Got to chat with him a few times while we were over there. It was dope. Same thing with Josh from Gameless Plus, who's been on the show multiple times already. We'll be on the show again soon. Just being able to connect with like-minded people who love doing it is very, very cool. So shout out to him for coming through, spending some time with us, man. That was awesome. And his links are in the channel or in the chat. So go check out his channel, man. Give him a follow. Very, very cool guy. All right. So
is he just an overall streamer, or is he more of a Nintendo creator?
I mean, he does all types of stuff. He covers whatever he wants. I think he does. He said it earlier. He does like retro, normal, like modern. He has a podcast that they do. So he covers a lot of different stuff. It's good quality stuff. So I think that's the key here. And fun fact, he was the first time I kind of met him, but not like met him was at GDC when he did the interview with Asha and Phil. He was right next to me. Like I just had talked to Asha and Phil, but he had the camera I have now, which and that's the one I took to Summer Games Fest. I got it because of what he did, because it's so small. He just had it on a stand, and right there he was able to get an interview without having to set anything up. It was fantastic. So he was prepared with that, and that's why I ended up getting this thing, because it's just so cool to have. So yeah, man, kudos to him. All right, let's get back to actually let me go do this, because I realized I think I messed up and I did not I did not update the banner. So let me just update this real quick. Got Broke Boy was first, and then we had JD Gamer, biggest. And then we have broke boy. One gifted. All right. There we go. Done. Beautiful. All right. So now, number 3 says, third, we are resetting how we operate. As Xbox grew our headcount, we became more fragmented. Teams, studios, and functions often operate independently, and it became harder to work towards a shared goal, make the right trade-offs, and get things done. For the first time, we are establishing a chief operating officer with end-to-end P&L responsibility across content, hardware, platform, and services. Helen Shang has been promoted to this role and will report directly to me. Over nearly 2 decades at Xbox, Helen has helped build some of our most important businesses, from Xbox Live to leading Mojang and the Minecraft franchise. She will bring our businesses together under one operating model, making sure we make clear investment decisions, learn from our successes and failures, and hold ourselves accountable for results. Thank you, Dave McCarthy, who is retiring after 17 years with Xbox. Dave has played a defining role in building the platform that millions of players rely on every day and has been a trusted partner through many of the biggest moments in Xbox's history. We wish him all the best. These changes are about a bigger future for Xbox, not a smaller one. The next decade of gaming will be larger, more global, and more creative than anything we've seen before. This year, we'll invest as much in Xbox as we've ever have, but we'll invest with greater focus, greater discipline, and greater clarity, all in service of making Xbox where the world plays and creates. There's more, but we're going to stop here for this portion as like the third, pillar that she talked about here. There's a couple important things here that I think are very, very important, and things. Again, it's kind of like a weird scenario because these are things that we praised Xbox about in the past, and now it's clear that these things were not they just don't work in this version of what Xbox needs to become. And to be clear, it's things that we know other companies have done. The question is going to be whether or not Xbox can do it in a way that doesn't lead to the same place that a company like PlayStation has. One of the things, this is the key thing here, that we praised, or that I specifically praised Xbox and Phil and all that stuff for, is that every time they bought somebody, they didn't change the company, right? They didn't change the culture. They didn't say, hey, we're buying you, and instead of making, like for instance, like a Double Fine, instead of making these, creative things, you're going to go work on Banjo and Kazooie because we need a new one, and you're the ones that we think will work best on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's not what they did. They said, hey, we bought you for you, and go do something that's exciting for you, and we're going to support you.
Plus, also on the other hand, let's say like they told Double Fine to, like, I know you're just using it as an example, but let's say they told Double Fine to make a Banjo Kazooie game and they weren't too familiar with the IP or whatever. It could have ended up backfiring on them rather than being way more successful than what it could have been.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the reason why we praised it, was because it's like, hey, go make things that you're passionate about, right? And I do believe that there is a passion that has to be had for whatever you're making, right? And that is what was different about Xbox. The problem is that people didn't care that was different about Xbox. They didn't get praise for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared. The buyers weren't buying more stuff because Xbox did that. the reality is that doing that put Xbox behind the curve when it comes to their IP.
Yeah.
They have a lot of dormant IP that never been touched that might have had a chance to be something special or might have had a chance to shine and haven't because nobody wanted to work on those things. What it's clear now that this Xbox is not going to be doing that any longer, right? We already saw with Bethesda. We already got the word from them that they're going to focus on those major IPs. Asha said we have all these IP and we're not utilizing them. They're going, she said at the end here, right, that they're going to go ahead and spend the same amount of money that they've ever have. They're not spending less money. This is not a save the amount of money we're spending scenario on gaming. They're just going to take that money and instead of spending it on these 1,600 people, on these studios that are not making the biggest games for them, they're going to take all that money and invest it into their major IPs, right? They're going to invest it in getting us Elder Scrolls 6 quicker, into Fallout 5 quicker, or spin-offs of some type. They're going to invest in Halo. And, we heard that they're trying to do a lot with Halo, kind of, make Halo a big deal again by investing in it more, bringing it out on a more constant basis, put it back in the zeitgeist, right? You're already seeing what they're doing with Gears being this kind of, exclusive game. It's like their flagship for the year now. These are all moves that they're making with the idea of, taking that money and funneling it into something greater, right? To make a bigger impact when they release these games. And I think ultimately that is a smart thing to do.
Yeah, agreed. I'm definitely excited to see how it'll pay off, especially for like Halo and stuff. I wonder if we'll get like a Halo Wars 3, and then maybe they'll also like revisit back to way back when they had like a Halo like Lego blocks type of game in development, but it ended up, getting scrapped because it was supposed to come out for like the
It was a
360 and stuff.
was it like Mega Block or whatever?
Yeah,
It's not, it wasn't
Mega
Lego, it was
Block.
the other one.
Yeah. That's what I meant. I just forgot the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was like Mega Blocks.
I mean, I would venture that I don't think, like, when you're thinking about big IP that they have and when they're going to do spinoffs, I would imagine that they're not going to do like small spinoffs. Like, I think that the idea is going to be that they're going to want to make sure whatever they do with these IP, they're going to have an impact when they launch, right? And I think that is going to be something that's going to be the tricky part, because again, I think we're used to an Xbox that might have done some of these smaller things, and like, I don't think Halo Wars 3 is going to be part of this first wave of them like doing these changes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can agree with that.
Like, I think if we ever see any of these smaller ideas return, it's going to be after Xbox has already succeeded in this plan, right? All the biggest games are already out and they already have momentum, and we already have, the new ones that are already in the pipeline. Like, they're going to want to have like a multi-year plan that has the biggest and best games that they can ever possibly make coming down the road.
So-
I don't think they're going to want to fill it with any of these smaller ideas. I think if Halo has spinoffs, I think it'll be spinoffs that they can market as big deals. You know what I'm saying? So,
So
like
basically,
ODST2, but bigger. Go ahead.
So basically, we're done with the 8 to 10 titles a year like they were doing for the last 2 years.
I would imagine. I think that they're going to look at that and say, I think the answer was, hey, we have so many studios. Let's bombard them with first party games and people will subscribe to Game Pass. And I think obviously people did subscribe to Game Pass, but I think what they found is that the core people who subscribed to Game Pass didn't do it because of these, these games. What those people did, they came in, they played the game, and they left. And I think I think what they're realizing is that Game Pass, or what they're going to realize, or what, I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but I think what they're going to realize with Game Pass is that it's a sum of its parts, not any individual one thing. I think it's a thing where they need to know that there's a steady stream of games coming in across the board. People didn't care that they were first party or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what this all shakes out to be, man. When it comes to things like that. But
one IP they didn't mention, which I guess means it's done, is Starfield.
Say it again.
One IP they didn't mention on the Bethesda side was Starfield, so I wonder if that one's done.
Well, I mean, it's, first of all, even if they, in the previous way that Bethesda functioned, Starfield would not see a new release for at least 15 years from now.
Yeah.
So it's irrelevant whether, like, that version, like Starfield just has nothing to do with their plans right now. It's already out.
Well, that's what I say. It's not an established IP or whatever in the sense of an Elder Scrolls and
exactly.
I think also too is even if Starfield wasn't as decisive as it was, like, let's just say everybody loved the game, and let's just, you know, say like, oh, it was like the most perfectest game in the world or whatever, it probably still wouldn't have been a key franchise for them, just because again, it was still only the first game, and you know, it took Elder Scrolls at least 3 games before it really popped off, which was with Morrowind for the original Xbox way back when. So
I would even venture that it wasn't really until Oblivion that Elder Scrolls became a, you know, mainline game, you know, like to the mainstream. Because Morrowind was fine, but like I was there on Xbox time, and it wasn't really like my cup of tea, right?
yeah.
But Oblivion was crazy. Like Oblivion kind of set that off. And then the problem is it was Oblivion, and then wasn't it Skyrim after that?
Yeah, I believe it was Skyrim. Because the thing with I guess also Morrowind and Oblivion 2 was Morrowind was, you know, geared towards more hardcore RPG fans. I forgot. I think like the term it was called was like a C RPG. I don't know what the C stands for, if I'm being honest. But I know for Oblivion they did.
To see money RPG. No, it's funny.
But I know for Oblivion they wanted, you know, to get more casuals into the game, because like, you know, there were even though Morrowind wasn't successful, it didn't appeal to, like, you know, casuals as much as, like, you know, it could have been, because obviously for like, if you play it for like the first hour or two and you're just a casual gamer, you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm not too sure what to do, I'm just gonna turn it off and it's kind of boring to me, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. So Oblivion is the one that hit mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one that was like, here's a story, here's an open world, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And it just kind of hit. So yeah, that's the thing. So it was really only Oblivion and then Skyrim was just next level beyond belief.
Oh yeah.
And that's really what took them to that place. So so at the end of the day, you know, Elder Scrolls, you know, being now 15 years later is going to be probably 16 or 17 years by the time it comes out. It's going to be a major keystone event for Xbox. And that's where the idea of exclusives are going to come in. And it's like, well, you know, at what point is it, you know, silly to not make that exclusive and all this other stuff? So we'll see. But it sounds like, you know, based off of all this, the smaller games are gone. They're going to focus on the biggest and best games they have. They're going to funnel all their money into it. I mean, they haven't announced anything, but you're going to see like Obsidian and stuff like that get rolled into, you know, making a Fallout or making and help, or even in Exile. Like after they make Clockwork, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to go ahead and make a Fallout or a Elder Scrolls. Like I see them basically following the Activision route, where they're taking their biggest IPs and rolling in multiple studios that can help bring these things out on a normal basis. And I think
so do you think that if they have some of these other studios work on the biggest IPs, that we still that we might not only get like 1 to 2 games a year, like how, you know, you've normally been saying, because you know, their return to focus on exclusives and such?
Well, I think I think you're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna have a bunch of games every year. I don't think that's gonna be the case.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're going to mimic PlayStation. That's just what it is. I think they're gonna mimic PlayStation, and they're gonna give you like 1 to 2, like between 2 to 4 games in a year at max. But I don't think they're gonna want to like. I think they're gonna want to focus on, you got Halo, the big new Halo coming at the end of the year. You got the big new Gears coming at the end of the year. You got the big new Fable coming at the end of the year. You got the big new Elder Scrolls coming at the end of the year, right? Like, I don't know if they're going to double up these games. I feel like if they can get enough studios working on a game franchise where you can get multiple games out of a franchise over the course of a generation. So, for instance, you get Fallout 5, but also Fallout New Vegas 2, right? Because maybe Obsidian's working on that, right? Like, I think you can expect that that's going to be the case, because I think a lot of these games are going to roll into there's a lot of these developers are going to roll into working on bigger games. And I think that's what it is. Like, you're going to have your Groundeds of the world that are going to live, right? That team is going to stay because it's a profitable game. But I don't think you're going to, like, I don't think Obsidian is going to be making another Avowed or another Outer Worlds. I just don't. I think at a certain point, you look at a team and you say, Obsidian is amazing. Obsidian is amazing. But it's too difficult to create a new IP. Hell, Bethesda made Starfield, and as much as I love Starfield, the same way I love Avowed and I love Outer Worlds too, right? As much as I love these games, the big group of consumers out there don't care about new IP that way, bro. They just don't. They want tried and true. They want to be pumped about something they know about. So they want another Gears after E-Day comes out. They want it in a couple years or 3 years max. They don't want it in 5 years. They don't want it in 6 years. They want games they know, and they want the franchise to continue to do that, right?
I kind of see it similar to how it is with like movies and stuff. Like, people don't care too much about new movies and stuff unless it's a movie they've already existed, like, Toy Story 5 doing, good in the theaters and stuff, or like the new Minions movie, a bunch of parents taking their kids to see it, the Minions and Monsters movie. So honestly, I see it like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're turning. This industry has basically molded into this to movies. Like, it's the same idea, right? They don't care to go try new things. Now, to be fair, movies have a way better chance of having new people go because low bar of entry, right?
Yeah, like $10 for like a movie ticket, depending on
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're gonna go with a family, that's why family movies do best when they're franchise.
Yeah,
because you're not going by yourself. You got to spend, if you want to take your kids right now to go to AMC and go see a Dolby, digital version of the film, you're spending, $18 per person. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 kids and 2 adults. You're spending $100 out. That's a lot of money for some people. You know what I'm saying? And but if you're a single, though, that's why movies like Obsession and these smaller, movies that come out that are not part of franchises, but they're solo dolos, right? You go with yourself or you go with your partner, right? And that's it. That's all you're spending, and you go check it out and call it a day.
I watched Obsession the other night.
Obsession's amazing.
Yeah, I took the fam to. We all went to go watch the He-Man movie, Masters of the Universe, and
I liked it.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I enjoyed it too. But yeah, when we went to go see it, when I was buying the tickets were like $50. I was like, "Jeez."
I've got the Regal Unlimited plan where I can see one every. I can see as many movies as I want I just have to have 90 minutes in between each movie.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
For,
I mean,
for
we have
$25 for $25
yeah,
a month.
we have A-list from AMC, and we can watch 4 movies a week from any type, like IMAX or whatever.
Yeah, see,
but that's just I don't have it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I have it for myself and for Doodle.
See,
So
on,
you know, the 2 of us have it.
on mine, IMAX and those higher versions are a little extra because I saw Supergirl in IMAX. It was like $6.
Yeah, we just saw Supergirl actually.
It wasn't bad. It's just one of those things.
I thought it was fine.
Everybody's used to the DC universe being dark and grim, and James Gunn don't do dark and grim.
I mean, I think it was fine. It was nothing special. I wouldn't watch it again, but I'm not mad that I watched it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a DC Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I like Lobo. I think I'm glad he's not Aquaman anymore. They used the Jason Momoa or whatever his name is. They turned. I can
see them trying to do a Lobo movie.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. Or at least make him as part of the franchise, the DC universe more often. Like I could see him in it. All right, but point is that when it comes to these bigger franchises, that's just what it is, man. People want what they know. Things are too expensive. I mean, gaming is too expensive as a whole to take risk. Look,
agreed.
That's why I think Game Pass is so important, because there's a lot of games that I would never like. I'm not in a time of my life where I'm ever going to pay to try out a game. That's just facts for me. 100%. I'm not ever. I don't care what the game looks like. If I don't know for myself that that's a game that I am digging hardcore, like I really, really want it, I'm not going to do it. Game Pass dies tomorrow. I'm not going to go buy 30 games. Like, it's not happening. I will buy the games that I 100% know that I want to play and that I will be playing right now. If I think I'm playing something else, and as dope as that game looks, I'm not going to play right now, I'm not going to buy it to have it sitting in my backlog like I used to. When I was younger, I still have games that I bought for 360 that are unopened because I bought it saying, well, it came out, I'm going to buy it now, and one day I'll get to it, and I never got to it. Just what it is. I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to do that. I got 6 kids. I'm not wasting my money on stuff to just sit there. I'm not collecting. That's not
I will
happening.
say that, like, if Xbox does end up, like, kind of going the PlayStation route where they only release like 2 to 4 games a year, even though that is disappointing because we're getting less games for how much we're paying for the service and whatnot. I mean, at least maybe it'll give me time to clear out my Game Pass, backlog and stuff, because I got so many games on Game Pass.
Look, Game Pass, if they're not making first party games that are going there all the time, I've had Game Pass since day one, but I'm going to see what Game Pass gives me. That's just what it is. If I run into situations where I don't have exciting Game Pass drops to look forward to on a consistent basis, and it's just a matter of these third-party games that come in and that they're cute and all, and it's cool that I have access to them if I want to. But if there's not anything that I'm looking forward to as a North Star in a relatively short amount of time, I will not keep Game Pass. I will just
agreed.
I'll get it when I need it, when I want to. If you can't, look, Xbox is changing, and so will I. That's just the reality. The Xbox that I enjoyed completely was the one that, back in the day was similar to what is going to be now. But I have changed since then. I'm not a kid anymore. And I don't feel the same things I used to feel. So Game Pass was a huge thing. And it wasn't just Game Pass, but it was the amount of first party games I was getting. If that changes, then I'll just slow down what I do. That's it. It's just, I'm not condemning Xbox because they have to do this. I understand you have to run a business. It is what it is, but I also have to run my business, right? Like, my money is my business and it has to make sense to me. So I'm not just going to, pay for stuff just to have it. I have to be willing and able to play it. Or it'll be relegated to, birthday gifts, like like Lego Batman and 007 First Night or First Light. Great games. Great games that I eventually would have bought, but I didn't. And then Doodle got them for me for Father's Day, right? Which is great. And I'm glad I have those games. But at the end of the day, it just has to make sense. So this new version, I don't know how many games they're going to release. I can't even like speculate, to be honest with you. Because my mind goes to, you wanted them to be like PlayStation, so they're going to be like PlayStation. That's my only next like line of thought. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I can imagine now. So I imagine them going ahead. Now, listen, I don't think every game, like they still have a lot of devs. I don't know if we have the complete count, but they still have a lot of developers. So I don't know how they're going to actually structure this. Are they literally going to go ahead and take all these studios and just roll them into every major IP they have? Maybe. People think about the Elder Scrolls Online team. Maybe they're just going to stop making Elder Scrolls Online, or maybe they're going to have just a small team that just keeps that alive. And maybe those people who've been working on Elder Scrolls for so long are going to be helping make the mainline games now. Right? We don't know. I feel like we are in, and this is both scary and kind of exciting. We're in uncharted territory. Asha is brand new. She's literally has no skin in the game. This is all about her. And when I mean, I'm sorry, no previous skin in the game. Her skin is on the game now, right? Like her life's on the line, her job's on the line. But now, but meaning there's no sacred cows, right? There's nothing that she's gonna be like, oh no, we can't do that. No, if she thinks it makes sense, she will do it. So we don't know. We just don't know what's gonna come from any of this. So my idea, based off of everything that they've shown us, is that they are following the plan from PlayStation. You got one exclusive this year. You got one exclusive next year. I'm only going to assume that the year after that, you got one exclusive. The year after that, one exclusive. I think you're just going to get one exclusive every year, which is going to be the tentpole game. Now, next year, that kind of throws it off, right? I feel like they messed up. They should have took Fable. They should have made that exclusive instead of Clockwork Revolution, right? But who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? Right now, I'm just living this gamer life one step at a time. I'm enjoying the games I got, enjoying the games I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow, Black Flag Resynced. Well, actually, it doesn't come out tomorrow, but I'm getting it tomorrow, I think. Something like that. I think I'm gonna be streaming it tomorrow or something like that. But either way, like I'm excited for a lot of games that are coming out. Blood Message is amazing. There's so many great looking games that just excite me. And it just so happens that right now, Xbox just happens to be the one that has a little more uncertainty after next year, right? Elder Scrolls 6, I'm excited by name, right? I'm excited for a new Elder Scrolls 6 for sure, but I don't know what that's going to actually be. I'm excited to see. Fallout 5, I'm not a huge Fallout guy, but I'm excited to see what they do with it. And then the games we already know about, great. It's just now there's some uncertainty as to what's to come. Are we going to be getting new different things, or is it just all these franchises? We're going to see. I'm optimistic though. I don't have any like doubts. I don't feel down about Xbox. If anything, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this all means. It's nice to know what's going to happen. It gives you a little more comfort, but there is excitement to the unknown, right? How far is this going to be taken? How far is this going to go? We don't know, but I'm here for it. I'm very excited for it. And I feel like Asha's doing all the right things. She said it here. These changes are about a bigger future for Xbox, not a smaller one. Now, maybe what that ultimately means is that Minecraft and King and Call of Duty are not enough. Okay, we already know Minecraft, King, Call of Duty, they print money. but Call of Duty is more of a risk. Now we've learned that Call of Duty is not unfallible, right? Like, or infallible.
Yeah, Black Ops 7 really exposed them.
Black
I
Ops
know.
7 was a problem.
Yeah. I had also seen I'm not too sure if either you or Broke Boy had seen it, but I know some people were saying it feels like these studios having to have been let go or like, sold off or whatever. They were trying to say that it was like Black Ops 7's fault, but I genuinely feel like that isn't the case because like we've mentioned earlier and stuff, it's just that these games on their own did not sell. It's not the matter of fact that Black Ops 7, I mean, yeah, Black Ops 7 did cause them a lot of problems to, lose some money, but
listen, sometimes there's the straw that break the camel's back, right? Like,
yeah.
or broke the camel's back, right? I would say that was Black Ops 7.
Okay.
I think Xbox, this is what, think about everything we've ever heard beforehand, right? Call of Duty was the umbrella, right? That protected the smaller games, right? The problem is that they assumed that umbrella was a permanent fixture. They looked at Call of Duty like they look at Minecraft and King, right? They thought that Call of Duty was part of that crowd where it was untouchable. It was always going to deliver no matter what. Even on a down year, it would deliver. But this, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, and if anybody knows otherwise, you can tell me, but since, what was it, Vanguard? Wasn't Vanguard like the one that would really shit the bed? Call of Duty Vanguard?
I heard Vanguard was really bad. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but Vanguard was really bad, but it was still a number 1 or 2 seller for the year.
Yeah.
Following year, it was also a top 5.
Yeah, I think this one was worse. This literally, we heard it dropped 64%. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it didn't finish the year as number 1. It didn't finish the year number 1.
It was number 7, I think.
Even
I think that's the lowest the COD's ever been.
Even Modern Warfare,
since it got big,
even Modern Warfare 3 did a lot better. But I think the reason Modern Warfare 3 did a lot better was because since they had such a short development time and stuff, the transferring of skins, allowed them to be like, hey, since you guys previously played Modern Warfare 2, we're gonna allow you to take your skins and use them in Modern Warfare 3, even though the campaign was like super short. But I
like the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. The short is good for me. I like those.
I know the multiplayer was really good though too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of times when they review CODs, I don't think they really do the multiplayer. I think they're doing the campaign. And the Black Ops 7 campaign. The Black Ops 7 campaign sucked.
But this is the thing, and I understand. I just think that they believe that Call of Duty would never go below a certain point, and it did. And because it did, the other things that released that year, and as much as we want to look at Microsoft and think, hey, they're Microsoft, they have all this money, they could fund it. Of course they can, but it's a business first, man. And they still need to be accountable to their stockholders. They can't let a year go by where they just say, oh yeah, this year sucked, we'll bounce back. No, they don't. They go quarter to quarter, man. This is not year to year. It's quarter to quarter for them. Year over year, yeah, from last quarter to this one, but they need to keep going. And they're not going to there's not going to not be ramifications. We know that Call of Duty really shit the bed. They fired the guy. They fired the studio head of Treyarch not too long ago because of what happened. I
actually had no idea about that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, heads rolled for it. This was a catastrophe. It was horrible. So yes, I feel like in a world where Black Ops 7 did Black Ops 6 numbers or better, I think all of this gets pushed another year. I think all of this gets pushed another year because they didn't expect any of these games to do big numbers. They just didn't. They didn't expect it. But because Call of Duty didn't do what it's supposed to do, it ruined everything for everyone. And that's just
It's one of those. I don't like the term because everybody uses it because I don't really consider that. People like to call them Game Pass fodder. They didn't use it as fodder, but they needed stuff that seemed decent to be put into Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, games needed to go into Game Pass that were exciting, and there's nothing more exciting than a first-party game to people who are deep into the ecosystem. So if you're a huge Xbox fan, when Xbox says, "Hey, we got a first-party game coming," you listen. You're excited. I'm excited, right? I get excited for all of those games, and now that I know that some of them are gone, it's a little like that kind of sucks. And it's kind of wait and see what happens with the rest of their first party stuff.
It also looked really bad when Call of Duty didn't do what it was supposed to do, along with the Game Pass price increase. Like, I personally didn't mind the increase, not because I'm pretty sure there'll be somebody out there who clip this and be like, oh look, he's defending the corporation, but it's like, no, I personally did not mind paying the $30 because I felt like I was getting my money's worth because of how many games they were putting in there. But the fact of the matter is that, again, it looked really bad when Black Ops 7 came out in the way it did. And then, you had the $30 on top of it because it's like, I'm paying $30 for, this terrible game.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree. That's it just wasn't a great look. Cage says, CMoney, remember their response to BF6, which also fell off, said Call of Duty is too big to fail.
I feel like that's a bit different because while yes, Battlefield 6 did fall off a little bit after EA barely supported the game after it launched, but like at launch it was clear that Battlefield 6 was a lot better, so they really didn't need to support it like too long for it to just completely blow Black Ops 7 out of the water.
Yeah, I think it's like there's a difference between it being too big to fail, like it can't fail because it won't fail, and too big to fail, like if it fails, it's a catastrophe, like it's a massive problem.
With COD, a fail is being like number 4 at the end of the year.
Yes, but COD in Xbox's life right now, okay, COD is not on its own. COD is like the big brother of like 10 smaller siblings. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in charge and they're responsible for stuff. And if they don't deliver, those other kids don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a problem. And that's the problem that Call of Duty has. It's not isolated anymore. With Activision, it was their biggest thing. And if it had an off year or whatever, it is what it is. They'll kind of bounce back because everything else that Activision did took care of itself. Diablos, the Overwatches of the world, Warcraft, all that stuff.
I don't know if anybody else feels the same way I do. I think they've had a miserable fail too with putting COD and pretty much ABK games into Game Pass, all the back catalogs. We've got what since they bought ABK, we've got what, maybe 5 or 6 CODs in Battle Pass or in the Game Pass. That's all the latest releases.
Activision came from what they produced on a yearly basis, and let's just call a spade a spade. They thought that putting Call of Duty into Game Pass was going to make everybody go subscribe to Game Pass. That's what they thought. And a lot of people did, but they did and left, right? And that's the problem, right? They didn't keep the people who went to go ahead and subscribe. And
I think also another problem too was when they bought Activision Blizzard. So they fixed like the COD servers for like the older games and stuff, like on the 360 and whatnot. But also the problem too is when those people subscribed to Game Pass, not only for Black Ops 6 at the time, I'm pretty sure they were also expecting like the older CODs to be in Game Pass as well, which they're still not in Game Pass. So I'm pretty sure a bunch of people were like, well, if these older CODs that I really like, such as the OG Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 and 2 if they're not in there? Why am I still going to be paying for this service when I only get, this one, which, it's cool, but it's not like, it's not the true Call of Duty that I personally want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to see what happens. This year looks promising, so we'll see what happens. Lauren, appreciate you, bro. Thank you for coming through. We'll see what happens with the new Call of Duty. But ultimately, time will tell, right? Time will tell. That's really
I've got it pre-ordered on both platforms. So.
There you go.
I bought it on digital for the Xbox, so I can do the PC, so I can do the PC and play anywhere in console, and then I bought the Steelbook for PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, I still got to see. I moved away from buying Call of Duties every year, so
up until last year, I've always bought it. I didn't buy it last year because I couldn't stand the campaign. Had it, and I'm still debating if it drops because I missed the sale when GameStop had it during their pro days for $15. If I would have known that, I would have bought it.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see what it is and what it does. So the last part here is another thing that people have been quoting. I want Xbox to be one of the few companies that entertains more than 1 billion people each day and gives everyone the opportunity to create and connect. I know we can achieve this goal. Xbox has many of the most beloved franchises in entertainment history, talented studios around the world, and we will return to growth in 2027. That's wild because we're just 6 months away from there. History is full of companies that mistake longevity for inevitability. We will not be one of them. I mean, it's pretty powerful the way she talks about it. All right. But the whole one of the few companies that entertains more than 1 billion people each day. I mean, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And if it's 1 billion people each day, you're talking, you have to have multiple billion people, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't, it's not just you can't have 1 billion people and all 1 billion people are playing each day, right? Like it just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So you have to have a substantial amount more than 1 billion people who are in your ecosystem to have 1 billion people play each day. Now, I don't know what path that is, but I can tell you right now, that's not based off the back of the console. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to have that many people there. So, I mean, I don't even know that's mobile.
Mobile, cloud, laptops, the ROG Ally X, stuff like that. One of the things I can't remember if I said this on any of the other previous shows that like I had been on with CMoney and whatnot, but I think what also like solidified like people genuinely just not wanting the Xbox consoles and simply just wanting the games on their platform is when COVID was at its peak or whatever, and Xbox paid to have their consoles produced faster than what PlayStation's did. It's like, why didn't those fly off the shelves and be super sold out versus what PlayStations were? Because I did know I do know plenty of people who said I got tired of waiting for a PlayStation, so I simply just swapped over to Xbox, but they didn't have like super groundbreaking sales or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. G maybe specifies that she didn't say 1 billion players, just people entertained by their product. Fair point. She does say 1 billion entertains more than 1 billion people each day. Even in that world, I mean, I just don't understand. Entertains is still the only thing that Xbox does for entertainment is games.
Unless she's also talking about like how Fallout has its TV series, and then the next Minecraft movie coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's not each day.
You know what I'm saying? The 12 network shows or whatever. I guess
but it can't be. It's not going to be TV. TV's not going to be an everyday thing.
TV.
Yeah, like you're gonna and you don't watch it on Xbox, right? So like you're
I watch
going
movies on
to
Xbox.
different places. Well, I mean, yes, but I
I
don't think
know what you mean.
yeah. So I mean, again, I think mobile is going to be the big push for that. But I don't know. It seems
Yeah, KJS in the chat is like, does Activision make anything besides Call of Duty now? Like, I don't think so. They did the 2 Tony Hawk remasters, but other than that, I think it's pretty much COD.
Yeah, it's been COD for the most part. So hopefully they can actually, do other franchises.
I think I saw the last non-COD title Activision release was like the last Spyro game. That was like 2008, 2007, 2008.
Yeah, that's a I don't know. It's definitely
but Activision does do it right. Activision does do it right the way they do it though. They got 3 studios working on the games. Because each one usually handles a different mode.
That's the point. So what are they doing? Are they going to follow that type of scenario with, having the Elder Scrolls and the Fallouts come out on a more consistent basis? That's going to be the question there.
Yeah. Do a Google search. How many people play Candy Crush daily?
That's got to be billions because there's a lot of people who play Candy Crush.
See, Candy Crush does $1 billion a year, and that's not bad for a free game.
Well, because if you ever played Candy Crush, you'll know that they're the masters of play for a little while, and then it's like, oh, I need to pay if I want to keep playing. I mean,
says they have 170 to 176 monthly active users. That's not daily, but
yeah. Well, remember she switched to daily, and we really haven't heard any updates on that number, right? Like on the idea of daily act. She said it's going to be daily, and we haven't heard anything.
Estimates suggest about this active player IO. I've seen this site before. I don't know how accurate it is. It says their sites say anywhere between 3 and 8 million a day.
How many?
3 to 8 million a day. That's a pretty wide range.
Yeah, that's not.
Estimates suggest that 3 to 8 million players are currently active across all platforms at any given time. That's concurrent, so that's not daily. So,
yeah, concurrent and daily are 2 different things.
Yeah, so they're saying concurrent players.
Exactly. I'm trying to find. I feel like these bookmarks be jacked up, bro. Just they do not. I feel like when you look at them for a little bit, it's
it says here 3 to 8 million live player count, 57 million to 113 million a daily average. Like I say, that's a pretty big range.
Yeah, agreed. That jump to 1 billion people is kind of wild.
Yeah, I sent you a picture on X. CMoney, you'll be interested in since you're a Halo fan. It looks like they just put it up for sale in the Xbox store. But it's not the collector's edition.
Oh, start getting excited, bro.
But I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I'm still heartbroken. Like I don't think I can get myself to feel good about not having that Halo collector's edition. They need to figure out a way. What's that? Halo Legendary Icon wall mounts. Oh, the grunt size edition. That's pretty cool. All right. I was looking at the all right, so there's a one last thing that I'm gonna go before we swap over. And that's she also did an interview with Fortune. She likes to do interviews, by the way, I will say. Like Asha is a interview fan. Anytime she does something, she goes out and does an interview. So she did an interview with Fortune, and Idle Sloth was kind enough to kind of pick out, some of the important tidbits. So Idle Sloth says, exclusive, Xbox's CEO on 3,200 layoffs, 4 studios cut, and her blunt warning that we spread ourselves too thin. The console represents 80% of Xbox's business. I mean, that's pretty crazy when you think about the fact that Xbox has their games in so many places, and Game Pass is available on PC. And still, 80% of their entire business comes from consoles. That's pretty damning to anybody who thinks that you're not going to get another console or that the consoles are going anywhere. I think at the end of the day, it's pretty clear that if that's true, which is what she's saying, I mean, console is going to be the focus, right? So it says, in order to grow, we made a bunch of bets. And as we did that, we inherently didn't focus on the core business. The number one measure of your strategy is what you put your resources behind. And we simply spread ourselves too thin. Now, I know that people, again, like to connect Microsoft to Xbox as, well, they have all the money. But Xbox is its own business as a part of Microsoft and is responsible for their own dollars. And they only have so many dollars to spend at any given time. So it is spread too thin, in her words, when you have all these different studios, all these different companies that you're spending money on, and they're not bringing money back the way you're spending money on them. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, no, I definitely see how that's a problem. She says the new plan centers on returning focus to its flagship Xbox console, which represents 80% of his business, funneling its content budget toward high growth areas such as the Minecraft and stepping away from smaller studios. It is also moving from a decentralized studio model to a more centralized one and will strip out management layers. Sharma said Xbox needs a new business model and that it has been battered by surging component costs, overextending its studio system, underfunding its popular franchises, and relying too heavily on vendors instead of fostering a self-reliant engineering culture. Sharma has also said the cost of certain console components will keep climbing. A healthy Xbox could weather the shock. Okay, so this answers your question outward about Black Ops 7. So a healthy Xbox could weather the shock of the hardware crisis. With an unhealthy Xbox, it becomes really challenging and it accelerates a lot of the changes we need to make. So this is what I was saying. If Black Ops 7 did better or the same as Black Ops 6, this might have got pushed back another year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because of the failure of it, it just made this a huge problem for them. It says, I think our core has to be healthy, and that will be necessary, but not sufficient. Okay, well, he stopped talking because I do remember that part is about like it's not sufficient, meaning you need like the rest of the stuff still needs to come through. And I think she specifically said like mobile and PC. So like what she's saying is that yes, we're gonna go on and focus on our core, right? Which is what she's been saying for a long time, right? Core before more, right? But realistically speaking, that's not gonna be enough, right? She wants to hit 1 billion people. That's not gonna be through Xbox consoles, right?
Yeah,
No
it's going
one's
to be
ever
from a bunch of different things. Again, mobile, laptops, cloud, etc.
Yeah, it's basically PC and mobile, right? Anything that's not the console. PC, mobile, cloud. That's your range there.
They'll definitely have better luck on like PC for sure, due to, you know, how expensive the consoles have gotten and stuff. And, you know, a lot of people are migrating to PC because it's like, well, I'll just get me a PC for, you know, how expensive these consoles are becoming.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I at the end of the day, you know, we're gonna see exactly where this all goes. It's funny, Ren says, how could she say they want a self-reliant engineering culture, but then fire id tech engineers for their best game engine? I mean, I think best game engine is, you know, subjective because it's still an engine that you have to learn. And I think we learned from Halo that they rather get rid of that and get to something that everybody knows and understands. Now, she said she wants to get rid of 50% of their vendors, or vendor spend, but we don't know. They still want to keep the other 50, which more than likely is going to be Unreal. I think they're just going to keep Unreal.
Yeah.
And, you know, I see Deceiver, what's up, man, says it is a great engine, though. It is a great engine, but for what games? You know what I'm saying? For id games, yes. And for anyone who might take the time to learn it, yes. But the reality is there's one engine that everybody knows, and that's Unreal. Do you want to spend time training people? I don't know. I don't think that that's going to be the answer, especially right now.
I guess it also depends on like how hard it is to learn the engine, because even though like mostly everybody does know Unreal Engine, I have heard that like it's really hard to develop for and like optimize for and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the case. But it has been done, right? So it might be hard to do, but they have done it. So I don't know. It just, when some of this stuff, like, these are words that we're hearing, but we don't truly understand the scope of what she actually means when she says it, right?
Yeah.
So like, she wants to be reliant on her own stuff, but maybe that's just more in line on, you know, on what my future plans may be. You know, we don't know if you know, I just, right now, Ren, you just said would they acquire Epic? Maybe they want to acquire Epic and have the engine in house. Maybe when they think of 1 billion, you know, people, maybe they buy Steam. Not that Steam has that many people, but, you know, maybe they want to just own the PC landscape and make it inevitable that PC is, if you're on PC, you're playing through Xbox ecosystem somewhere or another. We don't know. We don't know what any of it actually means. And I think that's the point. Like, that's the part that's difficult about this, because it's exciting and scary because we don't know what any of it means. We don't know what they actually want to do. And I don't think we're in a position where we can be like, oh, Asha's promised X, Y, and Z to us, so we know that that's going to happen. Like, I don't think we're there at all. I don't think we have that assurance. So, you know, we'll see what comes from it, and, you know, what happens there. Ultimately, I think that you know, this is more going to be a wait and see situation when it comes to the business of Xbox. You know, for now, we know what's coming this year. We have some really exciting things coming this year. This month, I'm getting the best gift that I can, and I'm getting a new Halo this month. I'm so excited. I know it's campaign evolved. It's the first one remade. I got hands-on at Summer Games, well, actually at the Xbox Showcase, and it was glorious.
I'm really excited too. I might play through the game in the third person mode, or like might just, you know, switch between.
100%. 100%. I will be playing through third person mode. I cannot wait. They put out some pictures of just like the chief out there in third person. And it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it's just there's no denying it. It looks amazing. So yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be glorious. Go ahead and shout out the homie, the Deceiver 40K. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you so much for going ahead and gifting and on point for gamer memberships, man. Y'all know what to do. Put the mother effing welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest member, man. We appreciate you for rocking out with us. And of course, our boy, the Deceiver. Thank you, my brother, for going ahead and gifting that membership. Shout out to the Deceiver in the chat. Go ahead and put the emoji in there. Let him know you appreciate him for going ahead and gifting that subscription or the membership away, man. That was very cool of you, bro. Thank you so very much. You're the man, bro. You are the man. I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate the support. Thank you, bro. All right. Listen, as much as the rest of the stuff people are harping on, I just don't like talking crap about Game Pass is not sustainable. I know that they wanted, the document said they wanted to be at 77 million or 100 million by 2030. They're at 30 million by 2026. They still got 4 years. We'll see what happens. But it's like, you know, just people are like trying to make it a problem.
So then you got all these guys. We've been telling you this for years. It doesn't work or anything like that. So yeah, but they didn't know shit about it. They just used it as a talking point.
There totally hasn't been reports out there that, you know, Game Pass was sustainable, you know, but what do we know, right?
Well, that's what I said. Like I said, they're claiming they've been telling us all along, but they didn't know anything. They were just trying to saying a talking point. They didn't know shit about it.
Yeah, it's bull. Like it just doesn't matter what they think or feel about it. Game Pass is not a detriment, right? Like just anecdotally, if you just think about what I just said, like I spend, you know, I have 3 Game Pass subscriptions. So I spend $75 or whatever a month on Game Pass, right? If that were to go away, I wouldn't be spending $75 a month on games. I wouldn't. I'm not going to. It's no guarantee that I'm going to buy 1 game a month. I don't know what I would buy. It depends on what's coming out. You know, would I spend more? Would I spend less? I don't know, but it's not guaranteed. Whereas in this world, they're guaranteed these dollars when they were giving me Game Pass in a sustainable way. We'll see what happens. But when I knew things were coming that are exciting to me, I never gave it a second thought. I never had a thought in my mind of not having Game Pass. Now we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what the future holds for that. But I'm sure there's plenty of people, like the statistics show it. Most people buy 1 to 2 games a year. Literally, that means the other 10 months are nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because people got, you know, other stuff to pay for, like, you know, their bills, groceries, you know, all that stuff. Because again, there's even been multiple reports about, like, you know, consumer spending for video games, like not just, you know, the games in general, but, you know, overall, whether it's like, you know, consoles, hardware, etc. Like it's all at like an all-time low, basically. Like people just are getting priced out of this hobby.
Yeah. Agreed. And it's just getting worse, right? Consoles are going up, everything's going up. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But listen, as far as Xbox is concerned, I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling optimistic. I don't feel down on it at all, actually. Like this whole thing, I think I would have felt bad. Not bad, but like I think I would have felt something more like negative if the studios were closed and the games were canceled. But the studios are not closed. The games are not canceled. They're literally this is the best case scenario. Double Fine and Compulsion, both great studios, are not only safe, but they are back to their original management, and they kept their IP, they kept their games catalog, and they're given a runway to finish the game that they've been working on. What bad came from that? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. That was amazing. The other studios, they got sold off to somebody else. They're not dead. And not only did it get sold off, but it's guaranteed that those games they're working on are being released, and they're going to be released at the best shape possible. These are fantastic pieces of news. Now, did Xbox lay people off? Yes. 1,600 people? Yes. Did studios that you love get hit hard? Yes, but they didn't close. They didn't close. And I'm sorry, but you cannot pretend that you know how many people go in and out of a studio. They don't announce that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're a director or somebody huge in the studio, they don't announce when people leave and new people come in and do all that stuff. That's not part of the requirement. You don't know people who go ahead and work at these studios. Yes. Do you know some of them? Yes. Is it sad? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No. You don't know these people. Now, you might say, well, you know, that they're not going to be working on stuff. Dude, they're not. They're changing it. Listen, I could tell you right now, and I can easily, I feel like I can definitely see the exact scenario that played out. If you worked for any of these studios and you were not actively working on the biggest IP that studio had, or one of the biggest IPs that Xbox owns, chances are you were gone. So if you were working on some new game that was promising or exciting to you because you're creative, with no knowing whatsoever whether or not that game would be a financially successful game, yes, you probably got fired. Not because you suck, not because these people are bad, not because these people had no value, but because somebody needed to go, because she is determined to make the company more profitable. And taking 1,600 people who all make somewhere between $60,000 and $100,000 and getting rid of them greatly increases the amount of profit that you have. You do that again within the next year, again, you're doing the same thing. You're greatly increasing the amount of profit that you make. It's just what it is. It sucks. Yes. But is it like, oh my God, what's happening with Xbox? No. You know me, I've told you guys for the longest time, business is business. Xbox doesn't owe any of these people anything. They should not have them working for them just because. They only hire people they need to do what they need to accomplish or what they want to accomplish. That's it.
I also find it funny how like some of this outrage from the way the people are sounding about like Xbox letting these studios go and whatnot, like go independent or like selling them off. By the way they're like, you know, getting mad about it and stuff, it almost sounds like they would have preferred Xbox to
shut them down.
Shut them down, which is just so stupid in my opinion. Like, because if they were to shut them down, I'm pretty sure more jobs would have been lost that way. And it's like that doesn't make any sense. You can't say you're for the developers and then wish their studios get shut down. That's not how that works.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like it's one of those. So you want Xbox to keep them, go under, and then fire everybody.
That's what I'm saying. It's just stupid. And
I don't.
And
I don't also want to get this wrong. I don't like it. Also, that when I see it, and I said it, and I made a post about it. It's like I also don't like seeing people say, "Well, this is the best thing that could have happened for Xbox." Like for Xbox Studios, maybe, but not for the people who work there. It's almost like they're just glossing over people losing their jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but one thing has nothing to do with the other, right? So we can be sympathetic and understand that it sucks for the people who work at these places, but the fact that their boss or the name on their paycheck is Microsoft or Xbox doesn't mean that they're more important than anybody else who loses their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks, but
I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, like I saw a post where they did. Everybody said, "Well, at least the studios remained open. That's the best for everyone." I'm like, not really. Talk to the 1,600 people who just lost their jobs. It's not the best for them.
Yeah, but it's the best from our perspective, right?
From Xbox perspective, yes, but not for the it's from the Xbox
perspective, right? If I'm a gamer, I just want to make sure that these games are still going to come to me, right? Like you don't remember the 1,000 people that got fired before them, and the 1,000 people before them, and the 1,000 people before. This is just none of it matters. It's yes, do we feel bad? Of course, that's why you preface everything you say is like, yeah, I feel bad for them, but for me, 100%, this was best case scenario for Xbox. Best case scenario. Studio stayed, the games went back, and no games were canceled.
I've also heard Xbox and then Microsoft have a pretty good severance package.
Of course. Maybe not to some of these people who are talking shit. I would cancel their severance. But like, oh, you never wanted to work here anyway? Good. Go be homeless, bro. Like, I'm fine. Peace out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna live off my dime after that.
Then they're gonna start begging on their hands and knees to get it back. It's like, wait, I was just joking, chill.
Like, dog, they would, if they send me an email like, hey, Microsoft, I was just waiting to hear back about my severance, and then I would just forward them their tweet. Word? That's what you were waiting for? Nah, man. Get out of here. When in the world where a lot of these companies just walk away and say, sorry, bud, we're done. You're excommunicado. Come on, man. I don't like that stupid shit. But look, at the end of the day, we have to be realistic with the situation. And like the Deceiver says it, these studios made games that lost money. Skyrim has more players than Kiln, Marathon, Mixtape all combined weekly. I believe it. As much as Mixtape is not their game, but at the end of the day, it's not a crime to let people go when you no longer have need for them or it no longer suits your business plan. No company is beholden to the employee who works for them. You know what I'm saying? The employee serves the company, and if the company no longer has purpose for that employee, then it's time to go. Like I understand like unions and stuff, and there's a lot of jobs that have that, and I get that. But like I was reading the post from the union about Bethesda or something like that, and it's like, my dude, a union can't work in this business. Like it can't. It just doesn't. I don't see how it does, because you can't tell Microsoft that they have to keep these people. It doesn't make any sense. They have too many people. Microsoft has 220,000+ employees, my dude.
Like it would mostly be for like if the way these layoffs were working were in unfair conditions, or like they had something unfair that was already going on. Yeah,
exactly. That's a lot, man.
And then I also don't like everyone here say, well, PlayStation only. This was back in the 24 when they did all those, when Xbox did their 9,000 layoffs or whatever it was. Then everybody said, well, PlayStation only laid off 900. It's like, yeah, PlayStation only had 10, 11,000 employees. Microsoft
to me, the whole comparing of like who laid off more people or whatever is it's just so stupid. Because
it's the company size makes a difference too, because PlayStation laying off 900 people resulted in 8% of their workforce. Microsoft laying off 9,000 was 4%.
Yeah, it's just, again, because it's like CMoney's been saying earlier, it's like people are still losing their jobs and stuff, so like to freaking have a pissing contest on like who's more evil because they're letting go of more people is just it's just so stupid and childish, man. It's like people are still losing their livelihoods.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the reality. It just kind of is what it is. It's sad, but they're separate situations. The people who are losing their jobs sucks. That being said, they're not like, it's not like they walked into Walmart and fired all these people who are like cashiers and shit who like need this job. And like, there's a lot of people who are trying to get these types of jobs. So if you lose one, it's difficult for you to go get another one. Whereas these are like high paid, well-educated, very knowledgeable people who are, yes, losing their jobs. And yes, they're going against a competitive field. But I would argue that, it's nice to work in the games industry, but there's plenty of other places that they can work that their skill set and their degrees will apply to. You know what I'm saying? Like they can get a job doing something else. Now, yes, you can say, well, I want to get a job in the field that I love. Sure. But that's not real life. You know what I'm saying? Real life is, most people don't work at a place that they absolutely love what they're doing. They work to live, not live to work. Right?
I enjoy what I do now, but the last place I loved where I worked was Blockbuster.
Same. KB Toys for me. I had a grand old time when I worked at KB Toys when I was a child. It's great. Would I like to work there now? No. Would I like? It's just kind of nobody. Listen, this is the real truth. I don't want to work anywhere. I don't want to do any work. I wish that I could just hit the lottery and just never have to work a day in my life. That would be glorious.
That would be glorious.
Real, man. That's the real dream. All right. I don't dream of working somewhere I love.
So do you think I saw Ren saying, do you think they just kept Matt Booty around because they needed somebody from the old guard there?
No. I think Doodle and I were talking about this earlier. Phil and Sarah ran the ship. Matt Booty did his job. We know what he felt on the back end, but he still came out and did what he had to do because it's his job to do. So when they tell him that this is the plan, then this is the plan, and he's going to reinforce the plan. Asha literally had Matt Booty go out there, make a statement, and then came out and announced that they're going to walk it back like hours afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. He's just doing his job. He's good. He knows the studios, right? Asha doesn't know the studios. Asha has no connection to the studios. Matt Booty does, right? So I don't think Matt Booty has like I'm afraid to tell you what to do relationship like maybe Phil did. I think Matt is still who he is, and he still has his job. He does what he has to do, but he's the one who has these relationships. So Asha says, "Hey, Matt, go tell him what we expect," and that's it. That's just what it is. So
I would say he's lenient, but he's also not afraid to bring the hammer down if he needs to.
Exactly. Like, he's not an asshole, at least from what we've seen. And, I met him briefly, and it seems like a pretty cool guy, pretty chill guy. But like, just kind of doing his job. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. All right. Let's we're gonna wrap this up here. We're gonna shift over to our members only segment where we're gonna talk about PlayStation, and the fact that they went ahead and announced that they're not gonna have any more discs going forward, and the blowback that received, and then took like 6 days, I believe, and then they made a post thinking that everything was gonna be okay, and it wasn't. So we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a fun time. Guys, if you're a member, just sit and chill. Nothing's going to change for you. Oh, that's real funny, OG. Can you say he's not an asshole? He's the whole booty. That's a good one. I like that. G, baby. That's a good one, bro. All right. So members, sit tight. Guys, thank you so much. If you're not a member, thank you for rocking out with us. Appreciate you spending time here with us and hanging out. And we appreciate your support being here. If you do want to show some further support and hang out during these members only streams, all it takes is the lowest tier that we have. You just sign up for the lowest tier and you get a whole month of shows for one small, tiny payment. So, guys, thank you again. We will be going ahead and switching over. I do see that Broke Boy went ahead and gifted a membership. Shout out to Broke Boy. Thank you, my brother, for going ahead and getting one more person in. Shout out to you, man. Y'all know what to do. Put the mother F and welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest member. Looks like Caesar Fresh Salad. Got that membership. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Tegan, we just went live for 3 hours and 45 minutes for non-members, bro. I think we gave them a show. But if you would like to support, please come and hang out with us during the members only stream. Guys, thank you again. Appreciate y'all for the support. We will be back what's today? Tuesday? Thursday, I should be back for we doing it live. By the way, guys, let me actually say this while I have you. Next week, we will be leaving for vacation. So we will be on vacation. So it's going to be a weird week. We're probably going to have a show on Monday, and then we won't have a show the rest of the week. And then the next show will most likely be the following Saturday. So we're leaving, next week. Monday we'll have a show. We won't have a show the rest of that week. So Saturday, Monday comes back, no show. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Saturday will most likely be the next show. So next Monday and then the following Saturday will be our shows. We're gonna be away for a little bit. So
enjoy the vacation.
Appreciate you, man. Get it in while we can. So we'll be back Thursday, Friday as normal. All right, guys. With that, if you're a member, sit tight. If you're not a member, let me just take this little timestamp so I know that we switched over at this point. Okay. So again, thank you guys. Appreciate you all. We'll be back with that PlayStation topic before we wrap up for the night. And we're gonna do.
G maybe ask you a question before you move.
Will the anime show still happen? So that's a good question. More than likely, I would say yes, minus Mad Dot. But I don't know 100%. So I'll let you guys know soon. All right, we're wrapping it up. If you're a member, stick tight and we'll hang out. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.